ekwamanone na eba be hwe ensem nim eti andi my friend in trust na ensem de bebre ne wo ebebisa wo you say clubs no o ma charge o mo say de cost no mani nye ho kra some chicheska with the national teams again so ye national team aban na ehwe ni bibia ene nsem ahodo a ever Ghana Football Association ho Fred Mechano, this is you. Wadaruma. Who's a glass and through it? Aye. Bibia, you send me I say, Uzi, you be disinfecting. I come at 5 hours. Cano Bacama.
Yes, Cassin,
Yaminipa. Okay.
This car, Sanka, will be able to crank better than what to do.
Uza. What you can prove as okay, they entrust you. You can prove as open.
Which ministers for car?
Fred, a bit Busa save COVID-19 fund. I'm a said, then I didn't mind yet one consulting clubs and I be a galka and whichever way. And send a more yet disbursement because it looks like Obiani happy.
Sana Dinakoye. That's it. And so share the development about in the last 3 days, you could see say on hindsight, maybe after NKA sa formula ni we ni share we no. I think he share the different various groupings no and our stakeholders no. Nanka expenditure omo, and then there will be that interaction. No, but the idea was that NKA throw to members no. But don't say what trying to acquire one-way communication. That's what I will come as a matter no. So no probably be actually fin also contains a cultural letter there bron say and you intimate say probably after nka this ye meeting we ne you how much analysis can see each and next nka e meeting groups no they explaining no more bisa questions baby or true be arguing because we had the akoso in few days in after the FA meeting with the Mekaife leadership no meeting with the Premier League clubs and then subsequently meeting with the Division 1 League clubs now or can we say agitation about from I then tended to believe and I'm convinced if indeed say initially and probably Kenya backlash ni P said you don't expect everybody to be happy. It's catcher there's you don't expect everybody to be happy. But if you send KB and backlash no beba from done maybe
I'm for really concerns by national teams there no because it is national teams are buying the to BBR. There are times I think pre-financing BB all right but eventually
what me can say and then think I cry explaining because you see
Sikana what they got pre-financing
not necessarily in the community say we say we national teams normal be and that I'm tempted to believe say what you've been in Nigeria position is paying it to be there are things you spend money on you don't go back to your authorities say o mama is kana fakoye we maybe there will be budget say what they run here there no so mama example be ready can every year the audited account of the Ghana Football Association, almost section for national team expenses, expenditure on national teams. It is if indeed 100% expenditure around the national teams is borne by government, why would we have that item or audited account of the Ghana Football Association?
Obviously, be friendly matches and the national team black GF in taking care of BBR.
Maybe any. It's when you be a meaning said there are other areas. They said the working meaning said there are other areas. For instance, my more example. I can't bit make so much boss. Also, team the boss. I so could you can you report yeah. Boss no for national teams. So it's expenditure around the national team. If you have a match, now say your match, what could ministry, what could discuss it? Okay, say under 17 amount bobo. Okay, and the budget in HSCB, you better come 2 weeks. What's also your manager of the team? Office 2 weeks campaign, and enough. And so do mukobe 3 or 4 weeks. I just want to be take yes, want to be take and it happens. It's so frequent. I mean, a test power national team.
I don't know, people say a test, you know. You always find a way. Other than the COVID-19 relief fund, ordinarily is can't come back. until the COVID buy
every individual, every stakeholder or GFM without COVID-19 fan will be out the way. But say she says Siskanama, Sankobia members of but Abba until so be a team. I'm saying say even the Omatiti an idea for national teams and enough to cater for Sanomano. Oh, enough to cater for Sanomano. But the bottom line is that because of COVID-19 affected other areas of business. Into other income away expected now the IO no mano akati unya. And it's not only limited to clubs, it's limited to every stakeholder. Me, I come and cry, can I send a pink to a crack? I can't cry my even ball boys. Almo, a bus to do better boss. As somebody Tiamoka, venue media officers, Amadiomoka. No, I mean, some put the money on media. Mr. One was at least ball boys in this one. Who stadium workers also. There are people only a match day workers on stadium, and because who are funny every match day be jumano e bi kran ko benya some contract baby but be cancel because me say I really football be so ko Kumasi stadium obenya 10 cedi obenya 20 cedi but when you buy ni nyina adwuma ni nyina atwa them says all those people probably should have been considered and na me to na me dwunu sa unu say my projection this year calf match se menya die oh no man anticipate match se menya die my targeted them this kind of COVID aba now match ni crime so Ghana border clear tum se match ba so crime me ntimi nko. Enti me say calf e pen once bebusa me say you know only say COVID relief fund omuma confederations ni bi FIFA ma confederations bi omuma calf say $2 million bebusa me say omo say me bebusa me say ma hwan come say omuma general coordinators bi so because now me so me dey some budget me say menya semi final match back bi na menya sika so me say people involved in football obia wo areas are affecting so no I agree say sika no enso Sikana Modiba sebi se ni nyina crowd GFA no crampa entimi solve all the problems of GFA but a mitigating way to support a bra obia bre on entimi resolve problems na and solve problems obia even as federation say 1.5 million 1.2 million say jani na ma GFA kura but me can be say end solve GFA problems nyina
more engaging clubs no net to say it looks like because you say oh Premier League for God I like good as man to
ni crow me say maybe if say na positive a better and I good say if no engage and I feel leadership engage the Premier League clubs and then Division 1 League clubs no so when year once after engagement we say agitation go form kakra so no because say no mo person mo kan o masem na if na villain 7 to makoma smart if na dia atum age omun sema o maka no Division 1 akoma smart if leadership attention mo kan no the next step is for us to go into a meeting and see what is possible. So what must say because remember it's not only them only Premier and Division 1 even Division 2 obi Division 2 skabia amfimumba but David oboka but we scanner no ye che na Division 2 and trust benya simple na dama omopo do mo fetu the man is going to go to the RFS and say na fe na RFS ni be decide how or buy players can whether or charma clubs and our chairman say na or chene sen omukura omusun different mami ma typical example women's football FIFA discovered for women's football. Do you know, sir, women's premier, each club is getting $10,000. But the next level of women's football Ghana, women's Division 1, but which is can be at $840. Look at the difference, the discrepancy between $840 to $10,000. Yeah. And so, Obi to say now to say, or Kabibia, or deserve so can. Into all the clubs they deserve because we be expecting Premier Benye Bianca 50,000 will be. So Benya 30,000 be on original level over Division 1. But I'm saying that is the next step. Yes, and it auntie say only 10,000 be less than 2,000 and I say 1,500 but $840 compared to $10,000. You see the difference. So I'm saying say whatever the situation is, we may have to sit down and see what is possible. So no, I don't chase can be and reserve with the baby. Count say we cast any days on one knock. Oh, now then the young chen can we move. But can at balance is zero. Oh no, the good thing is that Sekani Yamahe. Senka could individual one can buy the pass. Was our quarters and BB. And the good thing is Kanama. So we sit down and see the bit me.
I don't like somebody to answer some BB.
I'm saying so we sit down as a group and see what is possible.
Move to me, BB, sir.
We see what is possible.
Because that's Division 1 from there, still almost at least one more 10,000.
We see what is possible. Because Theo, they said the mechanism Senka be Dawa, it's going to be Dawa and Kokai and okay. Until you had $3,000 and $2,500 could be added when a basis and a bit to me, Canada on a bit to me. But here's the case, the Dawa is zero.
Okay.
It is a woko to obedience, just a woko to obedience. And if an out teswa, a bay, and finance into any class of cotis, so no pacrocasa. Say because of this, intino, the debabo and tina, yes, son in the morning. So I'm saying, say, we may have to sit down and see what is possible.
What is possible? Media capacity building. I'm not for really concerned. Is the FA supposed to build capacity of the media? And where does it go to? How? No media
is so important. So important. Media one major stakeholder. I want direct to say be clubs and referees and coaches. But media beyond the members of the federation, next people in media because you normal be nyina senkofobetier so bobo hu dawru so be den through the media. And they are the clubs in other stakeholders see almost case way media no fire e kan masem see bobo bola media na be fire I just say everything will be through the media. And see, why don't you gather the media and then sell your program to them? You have start season. Now, we organize it. You tell them how even the dynamics around, even how they report, report to the positive energy we expect from the media. All the man and look to count to products no ma sponsors. Sometimes they don't send you by force. So they don't understand the policies and things of the FA. To know back kind of city. But when you gather them and then how policy change how things should be run and as a normal then they can carry that to the masses. They can carry that to the public. Apart from positive way within this media space, it can attract sponsorship. You have attended tournament, tournament. Every tournament, FIFA, anyone organizing, budget for media symposium. Every tournament, they do budget for media symposium. See, because some person media and cotton product now. Even though I reporter my media household, but they feel they have to contribute. Say a report to me positive, report to me generate something positive. And they are product now over report to honor. And where they feel say area important.
Obiwabusa say ajewe ade was careful near that. Even with or without COVID-19 fund. And it's Obiwabusa are you broke? Muniska na and as a COVID sick in yedi.
Na even union is kadawana.
Even niska.
Every time, that's why every time you are looking for money, you are say, Sabi producer. Meaning the richest person in Ghana, the richest person in the world, that's who you Juma Piscugum. How if any was so if it has an avenue, if you bet the media capacity, and my media report on your product no to the extent say you will get some more funds to support. If any was car, clubs and could be uncomplaining to say. Careful and crab change can become a clubs now. Son of FIFA dear crabber.
And on a clubs the big cassette. Muba executive council no Muba for nano 900,000 be buy.
Yeah.
From Glow Sika as a Black Star Sika. It is any Sadi as any Black Stars get the whole for Sanyo Manuma who can. So why do you take Ska from?
Once been working. Say Charles says if you know Ska, if you know on Tnaho Nyari High and the members of Fada. When you took over, next size canon a buy, they say start a lake, no sponsor, no wine. But the clubs need their support. I finish, I said no. GF and any wine. And any clubs and any members, no. It is kind of how I didn't think clubs now or me to support the me entities of home problems now. Now mutim for preparing start season. Until I will say the BR GF no Sikaba GF and Biano. Omo at the year apply to the members no. The fact that the FA decided even Glows can say muchama clubs in this way will be able to media support and to me share club no by best support kakra moment must start season no. The FA did that. And the choice anytime Bibisa Babyano FA will take such step.
Okay. Well, this Macron and sense me. I say there's nothing like Macron Ghana. Macron International, I acknowledge because they have a deal with it.
Munaya mama no mayehu.
Na Macron no.
Munaya mama no mayehu.
Na
right. Ejuma we ye start yache. Menu nyina anim no ma ekoso. Me your example. Ashanti Good. Ewo players so. Ebi ene Ashanti Good, ebi a best goalkeeper. Ye boy friend
Frank Boateng.
Na team B ewo Italy. Onumu pe Frank Boateng. So agent betimi aba. Na aba champion we say open mandate. Na what ma ko negotiate aton Frank Boateng ama ebia Bologna omo Italy. So what I say?
Yeah.
So abasa asan go be man mandate.
Okay.
O man sa mandate na sa agent no ebetimi akọ. Sa agent no betimi akọ. Italy team no ho. And no makotena se as true representative because of all the authorization and mandate of Ashanti Good and negotiate sometimes to conclude the deal. So because omo koton boy the sense Kwame Bonsu ama Esperance me omo koton official bia was Esperance but omo ko sign a contract.
Yeah.
And I sanity.
So
my brother, it happens. So you would have Macron on Motio. Indeed, when the people brought the proposal, say more mandate to negotiate on behalf of Macron one, the FA did the background search. Did the due and found out we place call to Francesco, our Macron office in Bologna in Italy. I say yes, omo mandate. That's how come we negotiated and concluded the deal. In Tebasa, you cannot announce the deal in the name of sa paying for no company no. I think the company Procol Link or Corinne Galaka. What do you mean yes sir? Which product are Tom? Oh Tom Macron. He told him say the FA has signed agreement with Corinne Galaka. Who me about let me land. What I say who is Galaka? Who the product is Macron. And you name it as such. Maybe in the reportage normal people will write a normal but the reality is that the companies in Ghana have the mandate of Macron to conclude deals. That's not I think 11 wonders JCS and the same groupie on behalf of Macron. I'm so Macron JCS. What has changed? Because and I say, now I'm saying conclude. You see, Asante Kotoko is sponsored by MTN. So sir.
Yeah.
But the contract Kotoko signed. They didn't sign. They signed with what do you call them? Scancom Ghana Limited.
Yeah.
But Kotoko cannot say we sponsor Scancom Ghana Limited. Which product are you selling? You are marketing MTN. So that's what Kotoko will say. They have an agreement with MTN. Are you getting it?
Yeah.
Anybody are direct to this is their company, this is their product. But I'm saying when it happens, when it's a mere agency, you can't go and name the agency and leave the product you want to market. So the FA will say they have an agreement with Macron. They can't say they have an agreement with ProLink or Corinne Galaka or something.
Okay.
So these are marketing, we say, and that's what happens.
Okay. For instance, I ask Gold agent mandate, say agent Nindili on their behalf. Or ye deal Nivia, it is said, say, the deal is between Ashgold and that team. For instance, Kotokoni Esperance Day. And Esperance will acknowledge, say, what Ashgold player. What people are asking, they say, now if a deal as good as this, say Macron as a product and a brand, and a deal with the Ghana Football Association, Macron acknowledge in any of the social media handles, the website, any communication whatsoever, say on the Ghana Football Association as a deal. So people are asking, say, which Macron are we talking about here? Is it the Macron we all know? And now say, Galaga Fono and Macron.
Right, that's one example. For instance, do you think, say, national association like the GFA, known to CAF, known to FIFA, now, then the people will be a attention, so, or you put that, no, the Macron, no, announce, say, they will sue Obia. Macron in Italy will sue GFA, they will sue companies who be involved. Do you think it's easy thing there? Do you think the Macron in Italy will ever talk about money? said there's a group of people who are Ghana omu use omu din sign agreement with GFA no ko put that no the Macron akwa registered international company like that, they will sue you, right? Please, they will sue. Now let me get to the difference.
Macron Ghana, much of Macron Ghana.
Maybe I'm say in communication they want to sell.
I understand, but Macron Ghana doesn't.
I don't know, you are a journalist. How many times now we can some from 9 o'clock or 12 maybe one on from an RCBB, NC, and
you admit it was a mistake.
It could be. I mean, these things are, but maybe now the detail of it. I appreciate.
Okay.
So Ube Jai narratives now, Akoso no what the American, and then understand from the perspective. So I think you've made an attempt to place a player from one club to the other. Unye bida. Me have done that several.
So into club.
If you offer a friend power of attorney.
Yeah.
So me corner say I shan't go the sunny power of attorney, mommy. Now because Italy, I don't need. I shouldn't go there again. I agree. Be a sign contract on behalf of Santo Good. Remember, Bo Mama said this is what has happened. If they give me power of attorney, football a business. No, there are a lot of things that happen in football. Sometimes they be different from the other areas. And this is say a normal. Now the difference is that to say Macron also many GFA no. This agreement was with the local competition of the GFA, and this is a Puma Diano. The Ghana Football Association Team A. For international competition, international matches, this is Puma Asani Black Stars one. It's so huge, and Macron has that with other national teams. This one is to supply balls and beefs to GFA.
It's still a good deal.
To GFA is so big, my, but to Macron, it be an huge. So I said the whole canon. Are you getting what I'm trying to say?
Okay.
Supply balls. And
even
that, I expect them to even announce. I expect Macron in Italy to say something about it, because the people here represent them. If Omo represent two more, I still expect them to say something. So Omo represent. Do you think somebody can just get up? Yet me numi onibet maka say ya kwani ani Togo for akosana agreement say Puma be sponsor omo. Na me numi onu ya kocha na kocho Puma no man dey aba. And na office be abetna Nhyira FM ne ya na yakasasa. Ne afa enwedi. Do you think so? No, right. Maybe so.
Oh, definitely. I mean,
so I didn't know the narrative ni argument no so yan so
I don't know, but there are shocking confocacanis. I mean, you are looking at Ghana Football Association as a company and an institution as big as that. No, at your Macron Ghana. Now, there's nothing like Macron Ghana. My checking for Macron. Macron, you know, say
my information is that in Kofanukram say because of the opportunity they've gotten with Macron and Macron, they're trying to claim that agency, full-time agency in Ghana, and have Macron Ghana. No, I think they've taken steps. But I'm saying, sir, the companies use they are marketing agency, and so the marketing agency you have the authorization. Because an agreement to be a company. You name the product you want to market. They want to market Macron. I want a mileage in company in product in the Nabo company no negotiation no edin.
Okay.
And this is a baby of football.
Okay. Well,
yes, sir.
Well, you move on.
No, yes, sir.
Oh, of course, sir. Always two agencies be brave. But there, young him. So chechi munaba. TV ever heard also. Now, what went into the decision? Say you be cancel.
Now, Mami far away soon.
Okay.
Before that. To say GFA, it will be crowd with me football from CAF, football from FIFA, my donate amount. But right, it will be a second out you boss no from Porto no. Because I cannot the Koto boss or Ghana cry, Nenke. Now the board didn't say, oh, the banner, oh, share boss, a better Ghana. If you are now the old Kuskana could you boss no. The board didn't say, I cannot the top boss or Ghana cry, but Sunday or day. Now so could you can to clear the balls. Boss, no. We've done that. We don't have that. We've tried in several ways. You have to still pay for import duty. No clear from the port. Company comes in or agency comes in. So I represent this company. Maybe mama boss. Now boss never never from to port pay. Yeah, be ye boss near the Bremo GFA. Our office over cut expenditure was our area no. I told you you go and buy the boss we never cut expenditure on our area no. What do you do? Okay, you do the background search. You welcome it. 5,000 footballs a year, 15,000 footballs over 3 years. I buy a lot. in terms of ball akwa kotwes even say ye de chow kra so kotwes ka port na akoyi but what do be no de abroad into savings for the Ghana Football Association and savings for the stakeholders of football.
Well, I tell you, you're Frederick Champion, a member of the Executive Council of the Ghana Football Association. Fred, what went into the decision to cancel the season?
No, you say to cancel the season, the DNA penno. Ne de pese to aso. Science asenka season no ke call lockdown ne wan ke can that. We hoping against hope. Say no bit my assassin, na yetima to aso. Because you for about 3 years ni intimi nya complete season, intimi enya complete season abo season e na champion ni. Intend kwa no affect your marketing ability. Affect your product, affect value of the GF product no leg na yebono. So, what proposal be you opening preamble no one but the last champion. So this is a boy and anu in Libya as an champion, a Diana champion. In can to try to do a proper proposition and present to companies. No mumra. Now why you are the concession come start me 3 years name start me Mr. Temi we are. Obi okra on any the sell dini product no the baba attach what and who to me come start the count me we. So no discuss what you know. Yen Chinese no be ya na yetima to season so ya Chinese in fact the last one Macron said there was a ban on football me no 2 years and name you know am no 2 nyina no there's ban on football per an executive instrument no enti it just what me more there's ban to begin with. Number 1. Number 2, the other protocols. Facility starting season no ye bo home na we bibia obi ayese obi akobi home onyamba ne home se ka se to so se sia ya with the strategy any plan a person the best 2 season this no right it says baby obi ko obi home no only ba kono so ntimi ba ne home na yes how do you on sporting merit and how then do you conclude the season on that into betting is say wo twa so maybe I could start from and plan it well with COVID-19 and all the requirements and protocols in mind. Maybe yeah, wait me out to us all. Into yes, you can GFA cancelled again, but the FA did that reluctantly. The hope was that and can beat me at what season so. But
I say it must set a new date for next season.
Proposed,
of course. Then I'm not taking into consideration because there's
a lot.
There's still ban on football.
No, a lot. Now I say propose. The proposal say hoping say this time now there's a lefty ban on football. Until you 2-1 more, you have to present something to government and convince the government say indeed ball no under certain circumstances be meet the current situation in woman. Oh no, we take all those things into consideration. So if you're able to present that to government, now government may consider that and maybe lift the ban on football. But next season, say ni esi starting no. What me ko change format? Esa, what me completing your money ye? What must say? Ebi asandu go da call mediama ashe no. Oh no, also expect say mediama ba asandu good. But abesi say den say, okay, ko bono wo baby fufro. As we see obi. Or as go da call doma akobo draw. So no akonya 1 point to you say because of we say anything no e be ontimi nko e be na so fi so no so betima ba be draw ha and as go fi so betimi ahye no no nya 4 point from doma enti series start season no yenya sa the same condition and situation end to aso sa e say osesa no onsan so chase we sisi obi the best thing is obe cut into the new proposal na ye ne say e pese no to cut expenditure around the clubs no. Because first of all, the best stadium. It must be behind closed doors. Per normal courses, social distancing. As we speak now, the highest way gathering here 100. Yeah. How can you ensure that? In Tibia, Bobo behind closed doors. You can't 100 now. We have players, coaches, stakeholders one to the stadium and get under 100. No more. Not just we are playing behind closed doors. You are now allowing the spectators to come in. So what I said, that's number 1. Number 2, and because you are playing behind closed doors, you are cutting the revenue stream of the clubs.
Some few clubs.
Not
all of them. Some of them almost bought virtually empty stadium already.
Yeah, but the other means, clubs need to meet tax. So you are cutting the revenue streams of the clubs. Into what you do, then they say to me cut expenditure also. That's why we plan saying check premium number 2. And geographical location is so important in this situation. Say you been to kwan ko HD. E be kura to sense say utu kwan kwa nkoda. The distance so short to born one san we chaba ukrum. Onu. Now we spend be nkoda hotel nko AC. And that's number 2. E be testi obia we involved. Ansana season bit ma start here. I start. To che Premier League mu 18 clubs to 99. Uche Division 1 mu. Division 1 48. Each zone was 16. What's our team 88? Each zone be 88. What team sir? No identify. It be a stadium 2. Will be a zone chrono 1. So one stadium here will be home match. One stadium here will be away match. No matter pepe. Making sure that stadium know what you know meet the requirement in consideration under COVID. Protocols no what disinfect why be beer so stadium because when you home you pay na we manage
no players no be can man atom be
the players no test no know how possible what test will be test we no what is possible so betimi I can pull mo some kobo match no ma back so no sabasa you have a lot of advantage back can say when you envisage danger ebi a 1 month ahead say 1 month ahead you be close and you be to and no but make okay say yes league there easy tiam rashi niambo incomplete in tem no tima complete ama next time so so relegate be on bakon who say on sporting merit because be in Africa on bakon who say on sporting merit not just complete season into the new proposal no. It's a proposal with COVID-19 in mind. It's a proposal with burden on the clubs in mind to cut expenditure around the clubs.
By subject to government's approval.
Yes. It's a proposal.
Okay.
This are buying first of all left football no activity on football now, and then we would have to for them to agree. So mo my kwama etimi I started season under policy na as a proposal na the come out by no.
Me sure say what tete enyo be p nya nkwa the executive council matete p with regards to commentaries I want for running on if I'd make a chance I say this is the weakest ESCO.
That is his opinion. That is his opinion. I'm kind of control me I've never been on the ESCO, but I tell you I go to meetings no say my perception about people classes people I know them minimum wabontin. Some of them that have personal way and I'm not surprised like Randy Abbey and one minute I juma okay in capacity. But at the clock when get it so close. You see the knowledge on the display for sorry to say I see me any bit away. But he do discussion in normal. Any ideas are ultimately. Do you know some point proposes say yamfa pram enye national center my government. Okay. Look at the positive. We are now knowing the budget to a parliament and the minister acknowledges idea. So sometimes my perception about people prime economy no meeting I say Dr. Bin, Mr. Macado, I've never met him in my life. Into I want here obetuma kan the any day but sebi producer on for bu said the edi ebu man on for bu ma penfo na ti esco no so say ebi mu ana wo nyina sebi nyansan wo no mutrim and that money and lebu the people on the esco me na dan for bi am ye or penbitin obetuma kasa kire me but I do not expect him to say the same to like Dr. Tony Obin with what he stands for and any ideas normal. I do not expect him to say same thing to Dr. Randy Abbey. I do not expect him to say same thing to Mr. Macado or Keto Kroku or Madam Habibata with what she's done in football and the ideas of doing with football. Many some here or maybe we'll do better there. But I'm telling you, George Amakone, that the contribution they make there, I do not expect Mickey Charles to say to people. From November, look at the innovation, look at ideas, different and normal deba. But for COVID-19, it's a league way in Ketimi and there. We are placing normal in place. Your ball again, we are the first to sit. All coaches more munina. A domo call attachment to build capacity, to enhance capacity. The ideas and innovation, you got to meet us here, Ebano. But what I've seen there, no. Right, and no be break koso esco
so could it be a
expect to now no
could it be a problem with communication any problem with communication
and I'm sorry a perspective ono na ehunu sa but me ebi wa ehun meeting say esco you meeting ya wada ebi am start ready Tuesday I'm start checking kind because expectations one huge I'm telling you right. That they be gonna come be any busa say okay dentina ma wo can say and what is the the law behind this number tie ka say meeting yes and agenda maybe I'm starting research 2 days to prepare for the meeting because of the ideas now brains now therefore make a chance to label say a weak we say I beg to differ and I disagree with him. He can say that to me, but obviously not to
it's not a matter of attacking the people, but policies direction.
Now policy any pan idea about no policy. Say weaker, just what you weakness and policy no dey idea policy. And the ideas are question on a policy. Now if you say only one can say policies are weak, also this is school.
Weak, the weakest.
Now what's your interpretation?
As in take decisions said
and I'm saying say a wrong perception no one. You can say that to me and go scot free, but may form one capacity to compare to the capacity of these people I've mentioned: Dr. Obin, Dr. Randiabe, Ketekroku, Georgia Macron, Mr. Makado, even Madame Ziko and other people, Habibate and other people. I disagree with him, honestly.
All right, that's it for Mr. Frederick Echampo, a member of the Executive Council. Yep, on my explanations as to a lot of things. No. Yep, a lot of explanations. We say, right, push him.
Push him.
Then push you off. Because I'll have to bring my opinion about matters.
You can bring your opinion. I'm because opinions there. Musa Samba, Obiano opinion. It's the reason why.
Because I have.
It's be a talk about you, President Magana. And I understand it. Because Obiao or the opinion and perception about Dubia Ibia. Internet, yeah, you can't say I cannot begrudge you. I cannot begrudge you at all if you have a different opinion from what the FA thinks or what FA is doing. My job is to explain why we took certain decisions or why we are doing this.
Exactly.
That's my job, no.
And only explanations now, so that running commentaries we will be better placed. Of course, from what we know, from the explanation you've given. Now you see the
sorry, phobia.
Just in the Oceania.
No, just is bare 40. No mind you, no Juventus.
Only hash poppy pepe.
More weak communications outfit.
Not necessarily, no. Because I'm kind of Crenshaw, this administration have taken steps even to, make sure say communication of the FA Nuclear are a bit different. So we've added so much to it.
Then I'm the account.
Oh, even now we've built the communication
studio
directorate of at the Aba. I'm a FNAJatum ideas. So we build even studio for normal Nundanchen or more video department, which didn't exist in the past. I mean, most times here we try to bring it even in the edited video, to try and sell our product. But at Jimmy Bia was as Biano. When you go pay and 100%.
Mama focus on the personnel.
100%. 100%. Nti obia be try so be any day. Na ye eyin nyina no fence esco nyina no. Make a chance here a week. Now, how much more unit of the federation? Until you'd have an opinion about the department, but I can tell you, sir, this department is hey, I told the beer to say no, one way the notion, and now me expect video, no, but sometimes they work to like 12 midnight, 1 just to make sure, sir, the communication no about one thing, timer, say about one thing. Until any week, to be honest.
And then somehow
maybe a meeting one individual expectation.
And somehow who church say, Unya sure say if the FA had done this, commentaries are about which in Kemba.
But in the crew, they say
it means your communications ain't too good.
Tell me, a bit of crowd so I'll you're ready to suit you. Maybe I'm in a relationship. Into me, because what to was in the wood me. No busa questions in Amish maker. Maybe a crumb busa questions no. On our family, not doing that. No, they can we. But I'm saying, say, our communication department is doing so much, so much beyond your current expectation. I'm telling you. I don't say you can have a perspective, and I then say to me 100% that. And if there are areas that is out to identify, say, oh, I'm willing to say, can one, oh, catch me, make a champion for. If you're not aware, Umbayaka, I want to catch you, so catch you. But to catch say,
fine, pa.
Oh yes.
Okay.
If a president, secretary say go share clubs is canisa, share division 1, share premier, we sit at a meeting and discuss and see what is possible. Now better way that's all teeny pardon.
Okay. Well, anyway, going forward, I think if you are a member of you are on the ESCO or your communications person, I think that there should be an ESCO member in charge of communications. It helps because you know himself. For instance, public relations is a management function. So when the decision is taken, you can better explain. Just like you are doing. Oh, explain it. But why explain it? That's what my desire is. And I'm going to take his decision.
Yes.
What you say? It's a new and I also.
But the good thing is that the two meeting, we invite the communication department to be part in areas if it's a quabontin. Just say I say. Once a Ghana constitution, it's a constitution down. But sometimes they do interpretation, the mind of the framers of the constitution. Then I know majority when it comes to me, in interpreting it. In this all one decision is being made. Who discuss and normally go into it before they route that decision. In Tiama, Kawabontia, we invite people from the communication department to be part of meetings in Nomahawa, narratives in Noman beat me as a Kwabontia.
Okay.
But I'm not discounting the old cancer suggestion. Maybe be out the bar. We will take it on board.
Well,
also experience, also we expect.
Gakaka. Obi,
Chairman.
Ajiwaha.
Most of church will be brave.
Obi said,
I'm sorry, some me any living, some coach money to me, some money.
Because say grass gold, says we're free as gold. And you're on the ESCO.
Yes.
Are you looking at the next 4 years? I mean, how is it?
And then I did back on as we so. Onyankopon ayana normal. That's my belief. Should I tell you something? Yeah, elections in October 2019. As at July 2019. Now mini plan be as me contest.
Local ESCO.
Never. Mini plan be as me contest. It came out of one meeting. Omo statutory.
Yeah.
No more corona. Omo my friend saying. For want of the word, as a consultation, stakeholders engagement on the statute. To one time, no, first say, I'm saying for the first, Kumasi, and my engagement, Satan as good, say, Africa, as good to Kotoko, okay, I know Africa. Don't say, who time, you be available. Now, mobile multimedia and pay for from Kotoko and as good. To when they called me, so I was in Accra. No, so come here back Sunday. I traveled to Accra to attend my friend Opare Otu. Ni wa woni ba na otu ni badin. Na mse me kubi. Dear friend, I'm so me call the this time. And I'm so okay. So bet me aba engagement for some time. Bia we are now. So I went there and into this meeting. And painful bebre. Neto Nana Batla, Mr. Kojo Fianu, Fred Papo, Kete Kruk, bebre. So we're discussing the statute, and I made input. Into me, and one of them approached me and said, now over contest. No, I'm so W. We said, let me, you are my friend, and I will tell you this. Because of the whole Christian entity issue in Intino, I never wanted to get close. Mechanic cultural. Because I'm so close to Christian entity.
Yeah.
And yet, I believe in loyalty. Yeah. I believe in relationships. So never. I'd never consider some call home be. Football, maybe I may I shan't do good. But they prevail on me and say, no, with the knowledge, no man, what display you should try and go there and get things. I think it was in August or something. Now I'm so okay, imagine worry. First person to contact, obviously, be my family. I came home, we never discuss here. No, see, I only football godfathers and discuss here, say, a good thing. So I spoke to my football godfathers, including Anthony Bafo and all those people. And I'm saying, yes, you should go. So, this election in October, election I come with 2023. No, we've been elected. Why didn't you when you do say? You don't know my papa. Omo be fair, but they said they were clubs in paying for, and other people see me contest. And another pledge vote, mommy. Are you getting it? So I'm saying, sir, so we do my papa. The clubs and other people would even approach you to go and contest. So I shouldn't be thinking about 2023 when I'm only in July 2020. Far from here. Dynamics club to say be do crampone bia na say be produce nyakopo club pejame akoba be fufro a me yard fufro nti enwiase so I shouldn't live my life and take decisions. Say because me contest in 2023, say me take this now. Ebe ma edme alcohol. I should rather take positive decisions and impact the development of football now. It do want people who realize the wire. They would even urge you on. Okay. Make a control. When I resigned from Ashanti Good, they've been agitation discussing. So on your Ashanti Good, see you be no fee.
Over I'm saying institutional representation.
It is not true. It is not true. Ken Camera.
Yeah. I'm saying almost say. I'm saying
yes.
Ken Camera.
Read the statute. Read the statute. It is not there. And I can give you 1,001 examples. Oko FIFA. Papa Tariq Aofi Tunisia. Or FIFA Esconoso. Right. He has nothing to do with the Tunisian Football Federation. Nothing. Nothing. Not club chairman or ESCO member or anything. But only represented Tunisia and Africa. Our FIFA ESCO. He has nothing to do with it. Amadou Diakete in Mali. For a long time, no official was Mali Football Federation president. By 12 years. So now on a year ESCO member from Mali on the CAF ESCO. Kalisha Gwala and Tua Benino. And your madam find Dukamanga a OMFA president. Kalisha Pode Omu ban, FIFA crowd banning or sign the ban no Omu Etiso. Who is back as CAF ESCO member? Without being president of WC. Ghana had the examples to be from our mentor and good friend Randy Abe to Mr. Cheme to Mr. Fred Kentel to Zuko ya wo ayo Zuko me nunu nyina o Kotoko Opokunti Kotoko sacked him or he left Kotoko but he served his time on the ESCO and now Zuko no was break sunyane no also or the aduana ba ESCO so first one so mo refia aduana oja aduana na aduana pamono he served his time. So let's not can go on and go on and go on and go be pray. And then I do a chikwaso. So what I say? Okay. So I'm saying, sir. The point
you made
point I'm building is say when I left Ashanti Good because of this agitation by a section of people need to know. I've had minimum of 3 clubs contacting me and offering me position.
Okay.
Some just to send for a big jai do mu kakeke.
Oh, okay.
Obisi bra, ebemo CEO, obisi bra general manager, obisi bra director. I'm so emrano and yehwe nti mo de munya nto boase emame. I've had minimum 3 clubs. In I'm saying so we aduma papa. Any bit me akere say do 2023 a obekọ ana anko. People who can say no ko obeye say. Madam for Dela Lali Seneya. One call this ESCO. But the two bank of us had one call ESCO. Why? Because of knowledge in normal or fenty. Tisan identity, but I shouldn't be thinking about 2023 ESCO election when now.
Of course.
And some year my papa this time.
Obi.
Yeah. My learning colleague. But me patro Jare yen hwa de yen check Facebook senior me wo pictures bia sharp.
Macron
yes, Macron deal no. Macron wo omo won crofo omo sponsor omo. Let it go, let it roll. Omo so hold on. So this is the Football Federation of Luxembourg, the Football Federation of Liechtenstein. There are certain almost sponsor association.
Football Federation of Armenia.
Football Federation of Belarus, San Marino, Andorra.
A question.
Yes. So if they sponsor Kenya, they sponsor Belarus, they sponsor Liechtenstein, and all of those countries. And then a Ghana Football Association with the brand you have. When to call Macron for no streets, now we dealing with a middleman, because. What is the value of the Ghana Football Association's brand?
No, the Kenya no Kenya. You don't even know if there's an agency or do muko.
No, it's on. No, there's no agency.
No, you cannot conclude that. Let me land. Because these people meet me number CCI. Minkasa I've spoken to him on that. But these are people we have direct contact with. Now, what happens is that most of these people may have been approached by sometimes agency. Maybe so a direct we say. But the difference is that Macron is the sponsor of their federation. It is like we having Prima.
Yes.
This is Ghana Puma.
Yes.
We cannot go to Macron. So on some sponsor here. If the kits manufacturer or sponsor just say, "Oh, priority. Mileage is your national team A, and is in Ghana in position to do that with Macron." No, because of Puma. And to this one, they supply us with balls for our local competition.
So
so this agreement or this proposition is different from what you are seeing here with Kenya and Liechtenstein and Luxembourg. There, they are the sponsor of the Federation's Team A to say the Puma. Yes, but if you go to Puma this year, you see Ghana Football Association because that is the main way. But this one, they supply us footballs. So and bid for your local competition.
Absolutely. So the question now is, what is the brand value of the Ghana Football Association if it's unable to contact an institution like Macron for footballs, but will deal with an institution in Ghana, ye identity, say Galaka, and now ye Macron Ghana.
And you know what decided say identity. The identity is Macron. You know what decided
Macron.
I've decided to explain these things. Me decided earlier. My explain what I mean say no buyer. A marketing tool.
Macron for no in their contract with 11 Wonders is Galaka. But in their deal with the Football Association, is Macron Ghana.
Have you seen the agreement, paper agreement? No?
With
between the Ghana Football Association and Galaka? No?
It's on my website.
No, the contract.
On my website. The Ghana Football Association has signed the deal with Macron
any
Ghana.
News, news.
Any communication. Any communication.
So you're not. Me say, have you seen the contract between the GFA and then the Korean Galaka for no? That's what I asked. No, say our website.
But
Relax. Don't be so question. Relax. Because of Nhyira, why now no person will sign taking the same position. But relax and listen. Let me explain how this is. Let me explain how this is. Yes, let me explain how this is.
Just asking good questions for the good people of Ghana to understand. There's no position taken here.
Can you relax?
I'm relaxed.
Okay. Now let me explain how these things work. If you are approached by an agency, say or mandate, I've done that, but I may have to go over again, or mandate to act on behalf of this company, what you do is that you do the research, what you call due diligence, and find out if indeed they have the mandate, and indeed Korean Galaka or mandate of Macron. So we got the confirmation.
Okay.
If one talk to him, because maybe now we got a confirmation from Francesco, who sits at the Macron, the director of Macron, Bologna. I confirm me. Say
more and now the social media.
Please. Obi. The Ghana Football Association. Sebi producer. You do not think say if you have any
okay.
So Macron in Bologna have confirmed say indeed they giving authorization to the people to market Omonoma on their behalf.
For how many years?
So the FA then goes into an agreement with the company, Korean Galaka, and I think Pro Car Link or something. They go into an agreement with them. But in announcing to the media or public, you cannot go and announce the FA has signed an agreement with Korean Galaka or Pro Car Link because the item marketing and I'll pay mileage it's Macron.
Yeah.
So you name them as such.
So is the FA now
Galaka or Mami, please. So you name Macron.
Money with the Spanish.
You name Macron. You can't go and say the FA has an agreement with Pro Car Link or Korean Galaka. I mean, say then you'd have been asked question, what is Korean Galaka? But the product is Macron. So that is what you have to name to send the message out, because obviously you're also looking for publicity to market your product. That is how you name it. May the way cry example was say Asante Kotoko has an agreement not with MTN. They have an agreement with Scancom Ghana Limited. Even cry your direct product but still the agreement paper is Scancom Ghana Limited and Asante Kotoko. But if they are announcing the agreement or marriage, they will announce MTN because that is the product they want to sell.
Exactly.
That's the product they want to propagate.
And I'm going to say,
so you announce Macron as we say. Ghana one, I've told you, unless you want to be a bit mischievous. But we explain this thing and we pass that.
What explain it? I know I say a hundred Ghana Football Association also problem kakra say Macron Ghana because communication whatever comes out on your
and I'm saying in this things no you try to
why you say honmu a mistake
not necessarily such an so I'm saying say you name your communication will not name say the Ghana Football Association has an agreement with Korean Galaka. You say Ghana Football Association has an agreement with Macron because Macron now person
good Ghana but can Macron Ghana
let's just leave these things.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So
and once again, let me ask you: you are studying as a lawyer. Do you sincerely believe, say, if Korean Galaka do not have the right, and then anybody about impersonate, so Macron to need for signing agreement. No, I can't try the product. Not the Macron. No, I say announce the word, and Macron will sit there. So
what you are
the
saying?
Macron will sit there.
Macron definitely will have to sue that.
So now the Ghana Football Association has signed an agreement with Galaka Ghana Limited for the supplies of footballs. But you not. I said no question. Now Macron Ghana.
It's no problem. Right up in your
right now, a brand. Hold on.
I'm coming. So right up in your problem.
A brand like
I'm the person being interviewed. That's what the interview said.
So the brand Ghana Football Association needed an intermediary to get footballs from Macron.
It is not wrong.
Okay.
It is never wrong.
Okay.
On any way, say if somebody approaches you because you, for instance, down the years, the GFA a top boss to give to 8 members. If you are my Canada, CAF, 8 me the boss bar. Si ka be tua na we yi boss no port no. And all the top boss Ghana kwan fa so so. Enti one no be at the proposal about say I can get you 5,000 footballs each year, making 15,000 balls over we say. Untua diamond tua sempoa. Sika bi animo.
Na dey na money Macron for na delete directly. I dey na money Macron for na delete.
Obi ejemo ade ban say obi abase ono na.
This energy na approach you. Energy fe na ko approach you. I don't know me one delete. Mama so marketing. Even this one mama show. In marketing. Say Macron for instance Omama agency right or Ghana. Na enye the team A to say blasters. If you go to Macron, they will direct you even to Omo right now. Do you know that? We a player. To say some on my mandate, Emma agent back in Egypt. So I'm an authorization. Any club, an agent ban who better directing to the agent now a man mandate no one say go and deal with him because I'm away the right.
Okay.
Knowing that this is not the main sponsor, say national team, supplier boss. If you go to them, let's say a flow mono. I don't know because come back to us and anybody diet. We made the background sense. Yes, yeah, more authorization. Deal with them.
Okay. So from
Macron is confirmed. Macron in Bologna confirmed. Say deal with these people. We've given them mandate.
Fantastic. So now the Ghana Football Association is sponsoring Macron because they are giving Macron mileage and they are giving.
No. They are not sponsoring Macron. Macron is sponsoring.
No. The deal was brought by Galaka. And in the communication, they told us Macron Ghana because they wanted to give Macron mileage. You get the point. So now it is the Football Association.
What understanding is this?
Maintenance perfect. But what I'm saying is, it is Macron, it's Ghana Football Association giving because he's a retailer. He goes to buy a 1 CD. Now he brings it to you. He wants mileage. So he's associated with the Football Association.
To give you something.
Absolutely. So you are giving mileage for his company and not Macron directly. So it's Ghana Football Association sponsoring Galaka Ghana Limited. No. That's what I want to say.
When the GFA did not even name Galaka in their communication, look at the conclusion we've drawn. So imagine if the GFA had now named the GFA has signed agreement with Galaka and then the Cadena Beka. I'm saying that what the FA stands to benefit is the money we spend on football. You better reserve size cano. You keep that money. and spend it elsewhere in football.
It looks like in dispute.
Yeah, the answer say to give mileage to Macron
because Omo Mamu be being returned.
That's it.
Eti anuna obiga say Macron Ghana na mo try no. It doesn't exist. And for
this is a right up, it could be anything.
So I know because I guess the made a mistake.
Chairman,
Baby, FA making mistake.
Chairman.
I didn't know to move on from a normal way say. What now from an opaco we say?
We can move on.
In some of the can maybe after this word when I say we club when I say we club. The bottom line is that the Ghana Football Association has a football sponsor for our local competitions. Product from Macron, initiated and concluded by agency authorized by Macron, Italy.
Okay,
so
that is it.
But me person me kind say before Macron there was Mita. The Mita boss. The Mita boss had an agent also in Ghana, but man throw Mita Ghana.
I say be a Mita sponsor.
Mita the boss. We had an official ball provider in Mita and Sana Macron Eba. But no,
you don't know the detail.
Okay, tell us the detail.
The detail is that Mita they were not supplying to the GFA. They said they were almost supplying. FA was buying.
You were buying Mita balls.
Yes. You don't know.
Mr. JY appears to be buying the balls.
Go and ask.
Okay, if you were buying
you don't
the balls,
know,
hold on.
Now, so the FA was buying the boss or spending money on the boss.
Okay.
Difference, and they say, I had the idea, a full package. You are not paying, you are not buying.
Then
are you getting it?
Okay.
Yes.
So that's
and number two, product in baby or cry or so sponsor baby or do porter. I'm saying that this one, the agreement is that be no man from Macron if at the back be drew porter. The agents on be no man GFE. So you need to spend money to clear the goods.
Okay, that's fantastic.
Let's move on.
I'll come back to Macron, but when
you come back to answer Obi Bebem, you welcome me in Yanma, come from Accra. We are live on a 94.7 FM.
And I want to make a call, Juma. I am the Kazi Jamaica. Oh, yeah,
okay, and executive council member Frederick Champona. No, I guess to her. In fact, no,
FIFA force to discover for football equipment. I'm saying $700,000. If you can help me,
I don't know about that. I don't know about what happens. They say, and normal we are conclude just like that. FIFA programs, no, a project, 1, 2, and everyone behind any component. Sometimes you have to even name. At the corner, or the Inibeyano, or the choir, go through vetting. What I say, you have to see the project you want to do. Until the choir go through vetting, if indeed fall within the range now, FIFA principle, and some approval.
Okay.
Approval, and somebody funding ABBA, and they must go into because they would audit it, say indeed, if you applied the money as we propose here now. Are you getting it?
I get you. So there's nothing like FIFA equipment support.
In doing so, no, it is possible, say, in even giving out project in Omanobe, and depending on which of the go project now, you can even label say, to equipment, to say, I will count.
Okay.
Yes.
So there's nothing like equipment support from FIFA.
Let me just say, funding. And so sometimes you have to list areas funding now go through FIFA.
And FIFA was perfect. So FIFA was Kwenya obetumi ama $700,000 for equipment.
Don't conclude say over $700,000. You are getting
FIFA for bema 1,000 cedis for equipment.
Okay.
Where is that money?
You apply it.
So why haven't you applied?
As a man are working.
Now FIFA for the secure browser for equipment. If you know there's an opportunity to apply, why haven't you applied?
You think you don't apply?
Also, you applied.
The things you don't understand them. And it's for instance, if some of the things our person it is like to supply to say footballer Now you are getting a company to supply you football. Into you list other areas are very important.
FIFA sika do say the money balls into FIFA sika no fan top balls.
Young me cancer. If I speak, please listen. I'm saying say if a normal can be listening, other come FIFA say we no. You take the example. Say even if it includes footballer, now you are getting football. So any wise person will list other areas of importance.
Okay. So
now come FIFA say, I say, and I'm a person, oh my funding, I may apply. And then the boss will apply, and then after we are, they will audit it and make sure say indeed you apply the money as proposal. Now I say we know the you apply the money.
Okay. So what I get some to us here. Mubetumi attract koma FIFA say ye hia sika we ye person ke de top balls but ye nya balls ne bi ti say this kind of from area baby.
Last one I'm making, so don't misunderstand me. And then me say every year FIFA no more funding up to certain level. Even that to be able to qualify for it, there are criteria you need to meet. In 2 years you list areas because area beyond maximum map even IT infrastructure building, capacity building, this maximum I'll bet me a source for.
Okay.
So you apply.
Okay.
And it goes through vetting. No one will say if areas now apply, follow within. So we know betting me a funding now. If so, they'll go through the process and then they'll give it to you, and then you apply it as we're proposing.
Okay.
And EBIA we football association. EBIA this year, you have this equipment. And equipment now can be apply for FIFA. You've gotten sponsors. Somebody is offering the same thing. What do? You then have to list other areas of importance in football development, and then send to FIFA for them to give the funding for it. Let's say discover say change you koto cones and you koto football and you koto way. Are you getting it?
I get you. I get your point. Okay, so Ghana could have applied for FIFA funds for football.
No.
Okay. We could. Okay, but
no.
Okay. Is the FA broke? Is the FA broke?
Is the FA broke? Son, I know what the can so say we broke.
No. Don't misquote me anywhere.
Okay.
The Mechani said, even the richest person in Ghana, he's still working.
Absolutely.
The richest person in the world. But
the richest person is rich. So
say but I'm saying say the Ghana Football Association, I say every to say be na weekend when we took office, fortunately, because it was money we were never expecting.
Okay.
So $900,000 about Ghana Football Association. Now say about league, we need to have sponsor. We gave it to the members. So fans and support to mu keke. No mu fan boabo mu na fan start league.
Okay.
So here. And every time something will come in, you look at areas to apply it, and then you apply it.
Okay.
It does not amount to being rich, super rich, overly rich, or broke, or poor, or pauper, or anything. Until you apply it as at when the money is in.
Okay, so the FA has various revenue.
No. The question is still not answered.
Yeah, but
is the FA broke?
May I answer as my answer?
I'm not. Even the richest person is still working.
Yes.
Which means that particular person working is rich, but he's still working to still earn more.
But you and I are still working. Aren't we working? Are we rich?
No, Thomas. But you and I are not broke. We are not broke.
But you are working.
We are working. Good.
We are not broke, but we are working.
So you are not broke.
We are working.
Okay, I think you are not broke.
We are not super rich. We are not poor. We are not anything. We are an entity.
That is not broke.
Specified areas will be a plan.
So it means that it's a company in good standing financially.
In football, so the possibility of even club going, applying for insolvency, applying for administration, applying for this, and normal football. There are times and words, maybe as media or something, you use to, but in football, every single term has its own meaning.
Broke is broke.
And I'm just saying in football, every single term has its own meaning.
I understand, but broke there in football, broke is broke. If you are broke, you are broke.
Oh, now who are you broke?
I'm not.
but you are broke compared to Obi. Because if you are there, maybe the workers are bright out to minimum test. If you compare to test, you are broke. So you will say, "Oh, bright out to you, baby." You will say, "Bianca, something."
The penthouse.
But you live in a 2-bedroom apartment. It is not to all level. In 2-bedroom company, you are not broke, but desire has not been met yet.
Wait.
2 billion as one young chef from Anqua. But you are not broke, you are okay. But this Kaba, you go.
To was it. But the idea of the FA compared to the English FA. You can say the FA.
No.
But
the FA compared to the English FA is that the English FA is far richer than the Ghana FA.
So the FA, the Ghana Football Association, is not broke. The Ghana Football Association is okay.
Not rich.
It's okay.
It's not super rich. It's not broke.
It's okay. Financially, you are okay.
In good standing.
No, because financially you're okay. Because
you are in good standing.
Then if the FA,
actually, you are evasive.
Tell me.
Like
but that's also a part of answers. And
there is not. It's not.
Communication.
I've done communications. I was first degree in public relations. My friend, evasive and you're part of answers.
If the FA had money. Every crowd Kababi was seen with the agitations and normal on what do you call it? COVID-19 relief fund. Punkebi came drew. If the FA had money, reserves, and Kebia COVID drew and the FA because I be paying. In December 2019, the FA gave money to the clubs. Ebi endorsement. But like kakaka, and bad. 500 million to Premier, 250 million to Division 1, 100 million to Women's Premier. FNMA says cano because there was some money. I feel say, oh, a woman say, I'm going to and I say, bet him this but when we have more, and the applies can clubs. No, if the FA had such money, it can be quite FNMA would have given COVID relief fund to the clubs and send a FIFA then a crab.
So the FA was broke.
Not broke, but you don't have access.
Okay, so the FA are self-sufficient. They're okay.
But we run.
But you are not broke. You are not rich. You're okay. You are in good financial standing.
So if you are in good financial standing,
don't conclude like that.
Okay, whichever way. Other than COVID relief distribution, when a did that venue media officers, referees, match commissioners, no, an institution that's not broke is unable to. That's
what I'm saying. Into Muscabia bars areas now are quite apply. If you've listened to me throughout, that's what I'm saying. Because I run it in Ghana Football Association. No? Because even with Liga and Airborne, we had, even though we didn't have a headline sponsor, but we had a media rights holder. I saw my Sikabi.
Absolutely.
Which says can come into the management of the league. So, Misa, the management of the league, it goes into these areas. Paying money because no, to manage referees no could match in a
COVID this I can buy it. Hey, I'm telling you because hold on.
Obisa said referee for can say the order that. Okay, answer. Now
the league do not have a title sponsor, but the league has a media right holder. If you and I'm saying it's a part of Saskano goes into management of the league. And management of the league includes other areas such as paying referees, paying cameramen, paying this, paying that. And because of COVID year 2000, projected revenue akati from the league in Akati. Tiskabia beba you apply to the areas that are important. Everybody say referee or the match not COVID NCA. But in every is suffering in this period. He needs money. Tell this kaba next obet money bia. Also fantia sa can be say and yes ka we dey we pay na we do match na COVID man timi tia oka. No, you're not.
So what happens to revenue streams according to Article 65 of the statutes? No, for example, members' annual subscription and licensing fees, player registration fees, donation and sponsorship, fines imposed on authorized bodies, advertising, broadcast rights, return on investments, player rights, images, grants from WAFU CAF, size can mo dey
no one can say one calculation no nka wo can say player registration and no about say 100 million wo can say no about
no what
listen is
yes I'm making reference to the statutes.
How much do you generate from we have provisions as to how a kwamba for obenyeska and it includes advertisement listing. It includes advertisement, isn't it?
Yes.
But I just give an example of a sponsor of the league because the league is frustrated now. Payment revenue are expected from one, you will not get it. Player registration, how much in fines, how much in Ebamu? To the activities of GFA and even this year, the Executive Council took a decision to give discount to player registration to clubs. No, we to compare the year last year. This year it is so because scanning system the sponsors anywhere for the clubs. No, into the indirectly try to sponsor the clubs a bit, but even giving discount. I think the first 30 players crowd for each Premier League. And yes, into how do you come and go to this say revenue? Say
next year COVID-20 in some run FIFA.
No, because COVID will not affect here. No. Our job is to manage football. Our job is to play football. You hope Nissan Kiabo okay. To COVID number in team mobile. But
venue media officers.
Yeah.
Sir, omu. Basa matu omakadara.
Why? Media officers.
$20,000. Sign no much show.
Busa omo me venue media officers no. Akawum. Yes.
Na
akawum.
Because all right. Me try to menya bako because
COVID.
What catch them say? They have been paid.
COVID.
I don't know, but
because if they have been paid, then you still modi
Baby, minimum say first of all, secondly, my main country. This COVID relief fund FIFA the buy no. Or the ban so we read the governance when they can on cases even the clubs and the FA is telling even the clubs and say this can bro July we anything FIFA crown in its own wisdom. What you say scano, it be by July, we be by January.
Okay.
Are you getting it?
Yeah.
Because of you say now the impact is said that about affect revenue streams going into the next year. Cry. It even if Obi wa Robert and Kawaha, then I guarantee say we start this season maybe October, we just get Triano. It even there's a means. Says Kana Van would be better the Triana. And it's Kana Omucha no ya. Obi the end July maybe the January when the other one comes. No budget. It even there's a means. So by allocation of budget, Uber allocation amount say the statistics and that will be at the Triana car. You do it because the impact of COVID-19 is not only as immediately visible and as a felt now. It will go into the future, into next year. And no the projections are being with going forward in mind.
Make I say FIFA at the FIFA forward no see can buy 500,000 clubs will be says can be Emma church room if I the honor BB by CFN legacy debt I say Pama said no crazy ni wiase and I'm go for buy
2 for no kwa.
There's a
lot of responses. So no can or a club person or a member of the federation and on statement would you we said there's legacy debt. Ghana are buying. Ghana buying. The Minister for Finance stood for Parliament of Ghana and said there's legacy debt for Ghana.
So there's a legacy debt for
Tobasi. Legacy debt in financing, it has to do with insurance and those things. Okay, say Ghana Football Association.
I don't want to take that. I'm being honest with you.
Good.
I don't want to take that.
You don't want to take that.
Yes.
I agree. Now, so the legacy debt. Now he's saying that as a member, as a chairman of the finance committee, a lot of the things you said you owed, because it had already been paid.
No. I say a lot of things. All the time. When you took over, we've had people writing to us to the sense even as I say. GFA headquarters in Sisuano. GFA headquarters in the assassination Sisuano. Say who can way, but it has never appeared in any of the audited account. You take you over no much buy, and son you're going to indeed there are some monies to be paid. It is a whole time. If the financial year no, it said that money for capturing one capture no, it does not mean it doesn't exist. It doesn't mean it doesn't exist. What I say? I sit here, Mr. Metiano. I have masters in finance. I've done MBA in finance. Into who just said, me canon, they said the whole whatever. Because Mr. Palmer Casa, they say
no. He has been in a position on the finance paper. And I'll say one example, and I know when dispute a car, if anything with regards to secretary.
And I'm saying it applies to
but
do you think
specifics? Specifics. For instance, Land Cruisers. Two Land Cruisers. I'm here some moto Bako ehonka no se mukotua duty. He said say motua duty ni bibia you only owed $50,000.
It is not true.
Have you seen the document? You have seen the documents?
Yes. In fact, the first ever meeting about this Land Cruisers, I happen to be there.
Okay.
Because now a holiday, and I'm Accra.
Okay.
Until the person invited the GFA president. Now, I'm Accra. I know my mom didn't Chikoye. Don't back on briefing and say, oh, is that the situation? And they have to go back and research into yes, so you know, maybe. Near here, and Land Cruisers now, if any can year 2. No more to for 1.
Okay.
Aka 1.
Okay.
The one who having paid, let alone to pay the duty. So can I GFA duty now? Then Land Cruiser now a port to heading.
No, then I'm
Land Cruiser now port over 1 year. Said GFA duty. Say Jeff to duty now. Na Land Cruiser is support here then. The Land Cruiser is support akko to demurrage. Na mami crown even the NC made an attempt so mko clear. Omko na kana na accrue ewo port no. Oman the HBU. So if Mr. Palmer can say the then FA paid for the import duty, it's not true.
Why don't you make documents available? Never clear Ghana for doubts. Legacy debt. When ye GFA secretariat crying Tiaka. That's not communication.
I agree with you, especially but this document you can't just be flying them around. Most times, all call Congress, you supply this document to members of the Federation. No, me now go through. Then they come and ask legitimate questions based on no. But I can't just be flying the documents around.
Well, because
Congress, they might have to be like, but
absolutely,
I can say those things.
Okay,
man, Mr. Senkasa.
Okay,
is my big boss.
COVID-19 sikanabano. Essentially, me 35% interest-free loans based on your revenues.
Yes.
Are you applying for the loans?
I'm sure I say, and California say, FIFA trouble say, we bet 35% based on your audited account of we say. But problem again, if you say, for bear from the March of 2018, Edebano, courtesy the Ebimu Heli Ghana, and as we say, the FA have never had a full session of the GFA. It is all the audited account of 2018, 2019. What the coffee for is the expenditure kit will be because the GFA Nakasan and running programs. We call about NC competition. That one was sponsored by the ministry. Even the Developmental community has
any audited account.
I mean, what maybe education now will jump. They haven't even paid the prize money to the clubs in crime way.
Also education now
now so what the audited account of say 2018 2019 obi what the comma FIFA 35% of that negligible
but it's good money
make assumption because you see this is interest free loan to be access to the maximum because even the rich countries are assessing until now the GFA as we met here discusses 2018-2019 NC time, Oman running full program of the GFA. In Tabasa expenditure no form. To do this audited account no qua. They will be 35% of. For instance, if your expenditure is 1 billion, I just would call
35,000. Yeah.
And to me anyway. Now we are pleading for special mitigation. We say FIFA allowing. Now 2017-2018. Time a full season, you're running your programs in Milano, and no the full expenditure of the Federation. Now, can fair no mumuno and qualify for the instead of the 2018-2019. No, they are paying 35% of it. A bit me I can say my team die no my bit die. So we are in that process.
It
depends. Say how much. Maybe when I apply from higher, the last audited account to acquire benya ketuabi. By the 3 years there kwa ubi obenya kese. We don't even know where we stand now. Okay. We have to even apply the funds.
FA president share clubs no Premier League club any division 1.
10 minutes.
10 minutes. 10 minutes.
Oh,
10 minutes.
The whole country is listening to you. So it's important. One okay who educate you into education. No, Makacho said in the meet you. President meetings on the clubs near no. It's on record say or Paul Mucho say or went to me proper stakeholder engagement.
It is true. Me say begin my come.
I can say mistake.
Say systems you scan through the media landscape. We say after the president, GS and members of the ESCO engaging with the Premier League clubs subsequently engagement with the Division 1 on say agitation ni win above form. I'm tempted to say and I'm can say after the disbursement winner probably we should have met the stakeholders and explain the normal because this is write letter to them. I have one-way communication. Let upon our trouble and you don't then the person be complaining. But so who friend pakona na car over can so be a question where you no what try to explain no much to me feel say after we took the decision with the disbursement from land we should have met the stakeholders clubs no one to try and explain to them than the step they take here and I agree to that.
Okay.
I agree to that.
So that we'll move on from there. Technical director of the Football Association, Muyi Otia Kenteng, around I think the first or the end of March, the first week or the last week of March. We are now into today's the 25th of July. Most shortlisted DMB till date. Ghana Football Association technical director.
Don't worry, because you see. Now process our way with COVID came in. Ufro because on Umbra ha, even the shortlist. So be on Pacron or Bruchina furniture Umbra cry that to board them. Ufro Pacro, Edu baby crampono. Now there was no even movement. Waka crano. To even move from your house to the office crampono. Now enye Juma wa Ghana. All this COVID no man are stopping and no man be but Enchekra I can promise you that Enchekra the FA will name technical director because football activities in any case I grant to a halt. So what I say says if you had named technical director from CB March the person will still be drawing salaries.
So of course CK is drawing salaries
because CK the end any minute that and that way even though you're planting. But don't say advantage because the person would have drawn salaries. Meanwhile, there's no any football activity. Want me to in official capacity, you cannot even do it. In Tanu do you make savings in terms of how much the person is going to draw an expenditure around the person? But what I can say is say NCB and the FA will name technical director. So don't worry about this. Why?
Okay, so northern sector, southern sector league format in Ebanuswe.
My church right Mudada. I was we late since we are taking back, sir. My church in Formula Nina.
Yeah. What church him dada?
Yes. Oh, you should have listened. Oh, take a move and think I would teach.
Na meet you pa.
Now what you have here then now. Diabolism now we are.
But Fred, do you?
These are my beyond friends. These are brothers.
Of course.
But to passport Uji there. When the passport not them for best 7 years. Because I make a visa man now. Now make a visa man Jamal.
Oh, now make a visa. You aided me. You got
can say Anas video now man for healing. What exactly do you mean by that?
Because in my opinion, I think that it affected football family negatively than
but
positively.
That's why you're in the executive council.
No, that's
it
that's
gave
no
you the
reason.
opportunity
No,
to be there.
never. Executive council elections, you're elected every 4 years. What you don't even know, say, Metiana contested for executive council election 2015.
No, don't say you don't.
There was a change.
No. Okasa. Achi. And also you're wrong below the belt. Okasa, you don't know that I contested. No. That has not been the question. But so say, Anas Adi buy and the government Esco buy.
Esco is there.
No. Slip up. And the NC buy yeah new status. And he's over contesting we win our control. So what he's saying is that after Anas I give you away an old regime and there's a new one and you are part of it. So don't say he only wrong.
Eddie Kano, me Metiano. I believe in a normal advantage or positives to the general people than personal idea. Whether even if it's true, saying maybe I don't see that as an achievement. I see rather what the general football no impact positively or negatively for the general football development in Ghana. That is the point I made me raise. That's number one. Number two, before the analysis, even the Esco we 22 as 23. After we no 12 pay. Into we more chances to cry slimmer. Are you getting it? And that had contested for executive council position in 2015. When I was the director of New DBS, I'd contested before. And I was going to contest 2019.
You were going to contest.
Yes.
I
said I wasn't going to go close.
Okay.
So if Anas then I'm minister can contest it.
Okay.
But after Anas then by involving question Yantechi Bibiano, I said I wasn't going to go close to football until August 2019. And I'm paying for because I know I have the capacity to menko.
What would be your assessment of more ESCO and the FA president? You're changing regime for some time. Of course, in any administration, you want to do better than the old administration. Yeah. Would you say, where direction if not say you're better than them, you'll be better than?
No, yeah, my brother. Now you cry about crying young tournament. Wako, Blaster call AFCON. I be a free I will say group stage, and now why no the bashing and normal beba. Blaster cotton men know how it takes a last match be yourself winning no befasu to even motivate the players and stack them say no important so winning now because say it would be wrong for anybody to attempt to compare this ESCO or Ketokroku to Kwesi Nyantechi. It is wrong, right? Wrong to start with 9 months. 9 months. I'm saying, sir, we've never even had the experience of AFCON or World Cup or qualifying for World Cup or qualifying for AFCON. What do you want to compare us to Kwesi Nyantechi? That be into me.
And so
we will start from somewhere and try and build and do something, but obviously be guided by the Abeto. So those things will guide you and try and do things and try and get things done. But it is wrong for anybody to suggest the curtain in the whether it is a broad the United States one. No, right? I don't belong to this school of thought.
Okay, another thing. So yeah,
I think qualifies for AFCON and qualifies for World Cup. You know your faith cry.
Oga mu fed no that palm as me am discuss make a cast more level no ESCO yeah bamu discussions mu say cast case
no say cast case the legal people na handle into ESCO we are going to discuss esa asemo ko to discuss no academy because asemo we baby o discuss
say be on officially be mu din come am say I don't know say be next week go na dey ba betim di bibia ba na say
we've never ever discussed that. We never, because we discussing the same. Because we can make input in terms of the final decision a bit. So if a situation bit make input, then you discuss them the obey. But we won't make input into what do you discuss?
Well, I'm saying, I think I don't know. And I'm to me in your bashing Facebook Live for the I was with the number 7 days.
Because I've addressed issues now.
Okay. Well, I'm saying we go way back. Me wo Mickey Charles Mickey Charles aba homane so kwajo bibia bako there. Hello Mickey. Ale Mickey line I dey try na say nya no na Mickey Charles o say Mickey Charles asaba. Hello Mickey.
Kaka motunka
metonka na abomi there.
Nyame adumo adiache.
Okay, Yanni Fredachi, member of the Executive Council. And so, yeah, discussion. Hold on, what's any me? So say, in Chechemu, the about with regards to how Musi Sikacheno is animating. I'm sure say, any and semi after the accord down becoming so the now wolf bar and now almost start to chase can no one sense.
Well, can come, you can I'm share with you for you now. From where I'm sitting, there, me, I come my mouth up. I'm saying, now no, I moved Zoom meeting and I decided to say I will not join them because I see no reason why. I say Executive Council no team share a Premier League clubs no physical. Now I'm a person to be one for no share by Zoom. because now the fee say 48 Division 1 clubs there. That shouldn't be a problem, say executive council on the BCI. And to be media from where I'm sitting, I don't see any improvement be our choir or more fast so a change scandal. And let me borrow the words of Dr. Randy Abbey. There is a document now normal circulating, as marquee of dubious validity. You know something can come. It's rather unfortunate to say all of a sudden your football no according to say political parties in the year running the CC. Say you try to defend everything. Say yeah, Bonnie will say Papa will try to be defending. But say you also try to be over accuse system. And I keep asking myself, say, is that the way we want to run our football? Is that the way we want corporate Ghana to look at us? We should ask ourselves questions. And I can come so back here I've always been saying say engagement. And lo and behold, the executive council and then the president has accepted say for them not to have engaged the clubs, and sign or modest dubious validity document in the air about have indicated me because my tapes are there. Makasa or radio station issue for so many months in it. They be Mikasa football without the players, There is no Ghana Football Association because the FIFA president himself has said it. Also, without you, the member associations, there will be no FIFA. And we all accept the fact to say the main architects of the game are your players, Without the players, Ghana Football Association, the Chimasi Chukumazi Asante Kotokodema, so they have accepted to say, Tambia engagement as some make at the piano. Omogufu. Ni who the NTR, Sika MIO can come. Sika Mona Motti say MI. All of a sudden, they must start to your location. More allocated to mine. And can come people have also forgotten say, our national team issues here in Nhyira. We've all been part of the national teams before, and we know how the national teams run. And we know how the ministry, any our relationship in our home. I accept the fact to say, it could be as management committee members, I was also doing Sasho Butum, Nhyira, Uyisika, and support to the national teams. For instance, Obi Bekasa Betiseno Obi Kasa, I said the light bills at Pram, and they say, how do we call it? Utility bills never Pram, FN in the fast account. And I can also tell you that the FA were into an arrangement with the ministry, said, because we say facility in our program, yes, you get the rent here a month for. Because Oko program a month for renting home, some of the clubs go and rent the place to come their players, and all that for. It is our internal generated fund, the bear threats and their support to our bank. All these things has gone on. But like I'm saying, it's rather sad. Can come so radio to say now head the way our association the lights now yet throw to the public, I better doing say football in the next 3, 4, 5 years. A fun into my Friday where it's rather unfortunate. But maybe I will not come and then say dear obiti radios who air cannot may be challenging and may be defended. But we as association members, the Yantana one, association is that the way we want our association to go? It is either you are for them or you are against them. Is the Ghana Football Association now a political party? Are we going to run it as a political office? Are we going to run it in the situation say, oh, these are my enemies, I don't want to work with these people, and now when you come and criticize the current administration, our own people need to be because they say, Ebino should wake up from their slumber, they are sleeping, elections is over, it is either we support the Ketokrako administration or we should forget it. But I'm saying, if the Ketokrako administration and the executive council members are doing something, we the members of the association think that it is not right. Don't we have the right to question them? Don't we have the right? And now these days, the moment you raise issues, they see you as against them. You remember saying the last 3 weeks, you've always been trying to get me to talk on certain issues. And I've told you, when you're ready to talk. Because the moment I make Kasano, and can simply be a Mekasano, and then I step on so many toes. So I've decided to keep my cool. Until you started to say, only me your problem, saying I don't want to talk at the end. But I'm saying, we should all go back, sit down and ask ourselves questions and say, is this the way our football association, is that the way we want it to go? It's sad. It's sad.
Well, Mickey, hold on. Me was so mamene achinye na me no nto so. Fred, obisi me busa Fred asem bi say. Mra Katokraku emeki statement bi say he cannot work with his enemies. Ebe yi pa mo call esco no. Then I'm catching.
No, we've Yakan was him. Okay. And indeed he explained. Say we misunderstood him.
Okay.
And yes, sir.
I just want to communicate. I just want to communicate.
Yes, no, but to kokotia then pa, it's easy for us to say obiaka semna yebe take particular portion of it. Na ya hamasa na no ba be nam system ni mu. Sana de na kwa ye. But if indeed utie do kan no na ukotie tape ni ya. Maybe on one side be okobe use different term and I say but not sir I win a text they say obi no enemy obi no. It's like Sabia, when you take over office, you definitely look for competent people you can trust and other people to work with. But normally on hand side maybe you can use word no use and maybe feel say we are in the same association. What can't say maybe is it? We should branch it over now. Maybe I can't confirm no about.
For instance, president also was some position of responsibility now.
Yes, maybe on hand side probably in use we. Even you, check COVID fund no achama clubs be there's no discrimination in terms of one a year friend, one a year enemy. Yes. And the clubs genuinely have the right, absolute right, to voice out or more complaints if the money say so. We are right, so to make. Are you getting it? Into many enemies and friends in farm bad because the money was shared to all clubs. Oman be answering chance because we are enemy and away you say.
So is it willing to apologize to the larger football community?
He's taking step to explain or something of that sort. What must I say?
Okay.
Now, make it say why was it that the FA president and ESCO met with the premier clubs in a meeting? And that the Division 1 in way issue out of this. There is no issue at all. The Premier League clubs had a planned meeting. I get it. Because our meeting, I'm in maximum 20. Into a planned meeting. There are processes of the GPL limited and one. So the meetings have been good. He changed the meeting. Into a planned meeting. So the FA then took advantage to go and do presentation. But there was no planned meeting for the Division 1 no plan meeting. So therefore then said they moved to engage them via the Zoom. Accra and go and meet. And I said GFN size cano. You understand? Into the Premier League clubs had meeting committee to go. So that meeting didn't take place at GFO. It was Togo's office. I had the usual meeting place for the Premier League clubs. And I FN call her to go and explain the situation to them. Into I think and what we say so and number 2 I say allocation she can't buy but she said on hand side and I think that it was very very good in the area so we see China is can't buy any allocation the area near Chicho BS Kamana and they are complaining one our catch and say on funds canal where dear we are not for Bimra allocation is zero balance is zero and it's good for the effort to have put out this plan I'm going for allocation because I've told you say me cross sitting and I've seen one discrepancy here Brian, $10,000.
Yeah.
If you are the next level of women's football, women's Division 1, but team being $840. Compare $10,000 to $840. So what must I say? It is good say even if we are about one and people who complain that Division 1 for the who complain about Premier will be able to complain about everybody. So the FA will go and sit down the school and see what is possible. Sometimes
after for this suggestions Abano. Is there room for adjustment?
And I'm saying, sir, the FA will sit down, the ESCO will sit down and see what is possible. I've told you, sir, even me as part of the ESCO, I notify one area, me need to convince with. Yes. There's a difference between women's premier, $10,000, and women's division 1, $840. So I'm saying, sir, we'll sit down and see what is possible. Because I can reserve that one. Can only so that way, I don't know how reserve need to be on top up, premier, top division, top but the balance is zero. So you see and see which areas to engage and then what to tell the person to understand. I can't sit here and answer you. Say I continue to come away. I'm saying, sir, we sit down as a group and then deliberate and see what is possible. I can't sit here and answer you that.
Okay, I think time so. In fact, me sign for 10 minutes now.
Into finance committee now far we now mremu. So it was direct. It was.
Yes.
At the executive council level. Okay, so security services football.
I make it just give you a job.
I say my opinion who say more problem with documenting.
I say finance committee no.
Why you should address me no.
I
committee no. I'm
I also got a bit of
at this level. I can't hear you momentum.
Mickey.
Yeah, I come.
Bisa question ni bim.
Let me be say financial committee no to document no. I'm not from the escrow na. I say na escrow for them who say that the crow na problem or honum.
But I see as a one address and as a one
addressing me, but
Mr. questions. I'm also asking questions. Why should I address him? I'm asking, say, financial committee no review document, you know. Over the ESCO, which of course is part of the ESCO. It's a fair number of problems.
Let me say this again. I said the other day, you should know relationship and respect relationship. Yes, as a football club owner, you can fight for a right to win. But when you are dealing with somebody, to some tell me bright dealer, I know how to deal with bright. That I know. You should have that thing. Now on you end up making a lot of enemies unnecessary. Because we come from a
what has Fred means I didn't know meeting. They should come out publicly and tell the whole Ghanaians I didn't official meeting. I
sit here and people Mickey Charles never done for I don't know we found them Mickey Charles. Then when it comes to Kesman Okasa, last time we had some question about this escorting. Me answer say I better keep quiet. What is the meaning of this? What is the meaning of this? Mickey Charles, I mean,
you are still not
this normal way and necessary.
But as far as I'm concerned, I don't think I have an issue with you. I don't have an issue with you.
Then I see what can say? Because I'm supposed to be your friend. Mickey Charles, German Suchunwe and
you call me your friend. La.
Friend, now we are there in your catcher.
Man, a headphone.
What was the mistake? At the end of the day, you've never heard me. You didn't even give me the chance to explain.
Okasa radio no so. Okasa radio no so. Okasa radio no so. Mickey Charles. Okasa radio no so. Just am so same way say and then move on. Adam for ne just am mama. Hey chum, yenyini. Okasa radio no so.
Fred,
yes.
It's rather unfortunate to me studio. If I was
yes, man,
I have so many questions.
It's
rather unfortunate.
But
don't forget to say, we've all been in this business, and we know how this things work. What you are doing right now in the studio, no, officer be having a problem.
I don't trace how. What did I mean? Me surprise no. Me address.
I say ask a question. Into the question.
Financial committee document the buy no. O mama esco copies ana.
Enti obisa.
In fact, yes, my copies so they brought it for discussion. Now I'm saying say this was the formula. But on hindsight, me check how much is allocated for women. Now me name say women the women division 1. What the show
division 1. $360,000.
Relax, let me
$360,000.
No, women's division 1, no premier. Relax.
Division 1.
Women's division 1.
Division. Women football.
Women's division 1. It mean who's kana? Ya cho wono but
regional
right. Mam ka sam cho. Maduna ko so da say omo numbers ne do so sa. Onu so omo do so chen division 1 league clubs no.
$60,000 for 72 clubs.
No say $60,000. But Maduna ko so say clubs no 72. If you go and divide, relax.
Parliament now,
Mickey Charles, relax. Yeah, women division 1, it is not played at national level. Regional level. It be some Mickey Charles say division 2 clubs on Washington region. Would you know? To boss, you are not superhumans. You are not magicians. You are not superhumans.
Also, a school member.
Now, I don't know the Division 1 clubs in Eastern region. Division 2. I don't know the Division because that one is for the regional football association chairman to supervise. So don't know the numbers. Division 2, Division 3. Do you know, sir? Some region be women's Division 1 club here 1 penny. Okay. How do they even play? What must I say? Until if you divide the figure over the number of women Division 1 clubs now, who's is kind of kitty. So I'm saying, sir, it cannot satisfy all facets of football. Everybody will have cause to, agitate or complain. And I'm just saying, even me sitting in a meeting, me who say, I think that injustice was done to women Division 1.
If you compare the description,
one can say me raise it. Man, can they win him, please? I'm only giving an example of a normal because you away. Ultimate saw 100%. Yes, Christian Kwan and no 100%. Dobe Biano, bit my info so. We have for the good thing is that Obeja to say, my info so ha. Today I'm the son of Beya, no wait, Master Son. And I'm here acknowledging, say, I see a big discrepancy between Women's Premier and Women's Division 1. And the one so we just satisfy, say, Omum Town is on no quite say mistake whom. Now then I will take you position. Make it chance.
You can come. I've stated my position clear. The first document on the buy, and like I said, they borrowed the words of Dr. Randy Abbey as marking of dubious validity. That's all I can say.
Okay, Mickey Charles couldn't to me, Tachiman City president, and after the Diabana, actually, and then Bedassi, in fact, my foul time.
Mickey, Jolaka, everyone will call me.
Questions, I get a better executive council anymore.
Validity. And let me address this thing. Give us any day. Give us any day. The right way is to communicate. We all until some words are be used. Every time mama, it gives different perspective about messaging our person carrying in. Until make a chance on to boss with these things. Football no. Obia won't be. Tell you,
Abdussalam got this kind of one.
And I can't say, Mr. P. Says Canon Pa on the original for mammy. And I see some many Abu directors of education with Marco Jisicano. She can't have the mouth. I mean, account, Robert, I don't know what Pribia can also pay.
Now, where security services football $2,000. No one when I call IGP one.
No, security services, the area. Some part of the federation. All these are members of the federation. Who call the statute of the ground. Pay status kaya who call status now members of that
members at Article 12.
Anything I find say to say GACA say who said we are giving the clubs clubs are members of GACA Tiama clubs but they say the secretariat of GACA for office function anything na GACA ebi ho anything na PFJ bi ho so PFJ members footballers now but the administration office no and the honor win echo. Okay.
Mission national teams now me defend why the Black Stars will earn $17,000 and the Black Queens will
defend
finance committee.
Of course they and I can't say maybe once again 1 month.
Maybe okay about the difference because 17 and 14 is 16.
Oh, sir, baby what is a Black Stars say? It's almost for instance Black Stars. There's no way senior tournament with more than even 2 weeks campaign for match. Into the expenditures around the Black Stars by the GF, they are never form. But the man quite team, I want to have problems. So Black Stars always say, "Abaya nyehwe meet bashing agitation it na abaya edaba." Oh, Black Stars Bobo matcha. The earliest when you be 3 days. You say, and you don't end up spending extra way on them. And don't be a ministry can eat your hotel. Ministry eat your way. Ministry eat your omutuan direct. There's not much expenditure around the Black Stars. And say, and
so as a member of the executive council, no. Oh yeah, cocksure. Say, Saiskaya Matiama national teams no justifiable.
100%. Mamichiromu. Every year, me can say, we share the audited account of GFA. We want to item.
Yeah.
Expenditure on national teams.
But you go back to government to take that
government and the other areas you also expense.
So, I've explained that right. About friendly matches, There's
little.
Your critics, the ESCO, your critics are asking, say, situation we're explaining about under 17, you be also more campaign 4 weeks now. And then run it's always been there. They managed to finance it. This time. Why take it from?
And those finances now always come from the GFA.
Yes.
And because of COVID-19, your financial or revenue inflow will cut. And you have to fix the FIFA relief fund. And Makato say, your farmers will be ending in the year. Yes, say it is projected. Say your financial or revenue inflow going forward, will be affected. Until you're able to support Oh no, say about affect going forward, no. And the GFA as an institution also would have problems with financial revenues incoming. And when you have, we say you try and chip and adjust and try to, portion bit to cater for and normal with me now because what's so finances in the
last Gallica for no. Gallica. Only contractual relationship with Macron. How many years?
I don't know the number of years.
But you signed.
They have a relationship with
so
them.
You signed 3 years. You signed 3 years with them.
Yes.
But you don't know the relationship between Gallica and Macron.
The secretary to know. We want
because I hear say 1 year. Omono Gallica.
I don't think so. I don't think so. In fact, the when Crampo what they told her from my phone also. Someone said you can FM. Now, what the minimum say we pick up to make the due diligence from the people, and Macron seemed very happy and confirmed, say indeed they have mandated the people to do that. And I'm confirming the inroads they've made. So we started with JC to 11 wonders. Now they've gotten the GFA. And I think that they.
Just to chip in this Kakrabi now, Mubisa or relationship with Adriana 11 wonders, whether they've been able to execute or more part of the contract.
No, that wasn't the visibility we did. The visibility we did
because I also had capacity to also
because Adriana no.
And
Adriana our problems.
And we had to cross check with Macron in Bologna. No? Do you get it? Waba, then you do this. Then every year, the club expresses so many. What if they are not able to provide? Yeah. So you need to do this. So these people are coming to, this is a proposal. In fact, the company say initially they presented 2,500 balls a year. It was after we are making contact with Macron in Italy and getting back on the board, increasing of 5,000.
Because you made the contact.
Yes.
So somebody, no. So we are legal people. If someone to me and the FA decides at any point, for instance, FA relationship with Glow, say they see a court, who would the FA sue? Would they sue Macron Ghana?
No, we see the Korean Galaka people no more agreement. Yes.
But money the joint and severally in terms of
no, it depends on the provision.
Because if they are licensed by Macron to represent them, in actual fact, they are representing Macron.
Yeah, that's true.
Even though this is the company, so if you are suing and you sue just Galaka, then why Macron? Why Macron?
That's how we sue Ghana. You can even join Macron for said and then they would then have to sort things out with Galaka, and as whatever do the FNU is provided. Are you getting it?
So you sue both
Galaka,
of them.
Now, what is due the FNU will be provided by Galaka, or through Galaka you get it from Macron. Yours is getting the product, isn't it?
No, they tell me percent me asset me.
And I'm saying Yandru the Oka way there, but I'm sure say even in the contractual agreement, the provisions, all these things will be catered for, isn't it? Me the why example say a club can give authorization to an agent.
I understand. It is when there is a problem with that, the clubs
will be resolved.
That's what I'm saying. That a do problem. Problems, but clubs will have to deal.
Only me the contract that come at GFA. But my name was never mentioned. My company was never mentioned. It was a product, no mubodi. And that the result was that if in any dispute, you go to the arbitration, you name baby Ambako in any dispute. You throw a contract in the
But in this contract, the better money, Galaka and Aze, mobile joint Galaka and Macron.
No, it depends on what the situation is.
But make a way specific. So we have better money.
I cannot answer that now.
What do you mean country?
No, but I don't can say no agreement. Until if you sue them jointly. Macron befa a crown befa so to mitigate obi omu portion. Galaka befa crown so to know how to mitigate omu bargain of the part of the bargain.
COVID-19 sikano testing and for testing of the players.
No, what's the IN say? We feel that this area is so important and in the health we say. Into a use car to why a person they buy insurance. I'm a place in Premier League Women's Football Division 1. The FA is going to do insurance for all the players. Good. Maybe a crowd debate for renewal, and I say you can even apply it somewhere else. So football in here, if you can even bring it down to Division 2 or something.
Okay.
Right. Okay. But that's what.
But I know that insurance and just being a test. Okay, about testing COVID-19 testing.
The money we allocate was rather for insurance, but testing because you can only test me. I think say if Abama Quine say Bobo in October, then we will take the steps to do test.
So who funded the FA?
We are negotiating. No, we are negotiating with the government.
Okay. On a scale of 1 to 10, the bring back the love mantra. Was executive council member scanning among phones, the general mood of the country. Are we really bringing back the love?
I haven't sat down to do that assessment yet. And me,
but how
from
do
where
you
I speak to, I've sat in marketing class.
Yeah.
I've sat in law class.
Yeah.
I mean, can't say just because.
No, but how do you feel? How them?
No, me transfer yes analysis now. I'll let you know.
No, say wait me.
So, hard research proof and so now what you are
no, some of these things.
Must be environmental scanning, of course. I mean,
it must be backed by.
Oh yeah, environmental scanning.
It must be backed by something. And yes, but in our opinion, I think that your ideas will be normal.
Until 1 to 10, be man mo ankasa we rate.
Me transfer na me here we now. I'll let you know.
But this is me rate him 1 to 10.
Me ma
too early for any rating. What
they for 8 months
rating? I want to take decision. What office 8 months.
No, you've done something.
No, but 8 months.
And amunya hwe.
Time do it. Time draw. Yep, ubehu. Ebi na una bisa me say me ko biwa na say.
I'm bisa.
So ojuma na be no kono. Ebi kra we ojuma to sense be do kra ka say onko. But somebody will approach you say no. Me share the way na go and contest. Timunya to say good things would happen in Ghana football.
And question mama go be better.
Sanya you cry sanya COVID way. I think that we had started very well with the league, the referee and equity. The evening games are you sign at the bar system nimu. The games are started by say on different days. The day baba ni na.
So score
different na league no league no start here no. Na a day bar and women's football they say I talk cameras to try and stream women's football matches in our life. So they basic but we didn't have it. What you say basic, but we didn't have it. So all these things he needs ideas to try and go to areas of no say now ultimately apply when now. So I think that we started very, very well. The flight was good until COVID-19 we did very, very well, started very well.
Okay, so do you have people who are defending you because there are reports Uncophobia $2,000 each to defend the FA?
Oh, it is not true. Someone in Bray say you be 2,000 when you been to the
$2,000.
GFA Emma Ubia $2,000 when defending. Inti say, oh yes, and yeah, Mr. Meba attack if you become $2,000 and we mistake.
Oh, there be Nipana waji $2,000. The crowd one creative problem amano.
Not true. One man worth $2,000.
Then make us so obi cry ama
I'm saying there's nothing like that.
Oh, make us say
it is also what you say because or defend it also they all
okay, no defend you ebi more defend.
What I would say as FA giving money to people to defend. I'm saying any and
our CP but obisi Mimbusa last one said do you think we need emergency committee again? Oko Esco no. The way I'm operations nature. Do you think there's still a need say we need emergency committee the general secretary?
Do not forget, sir, the basics, the current statute no one is built on the principle of the Companies Act. So, Mr. Intina, Ukaya, the last debate near Congress near PCN, we wanted to have number of directors, but don't say per the requirement. Now the GFA is registered as a company. Everybody has to provide document. Sorry, director or so. Until you are going by the companies we see, until all those provisions no account. This all media. Then you might not need the emergency committee because me only part 12 maximum. What I say first no doors to 20 something, and I'm say limited number. And take a decision to be ratified by the way seen. But now must say you must say any day. I think say okay for everybody to be adding ideas.
Oh, okay. Well, thanks so much for your time. Also, let's respect that. Let's respect that. Okay. Over Chris, I don't want to question. I don't want the Chris, the only part of that.
Obi so ka sebebre. Yeah. On to me class so the kasa ni first in na dey abegu ase.
On 2 weeks ago me nya sabobi about grassroots football. Meaning, if the FA make a conscious effort to contribution to develop grassroots football.
Number one, Christian. Number one. Sorry, allocation we come for. There are 2 allocation. I think 2 or even 3. First of all, can I call RFS on Bible call into grassroots football. Number 2, at the national level, the crown. Allocation for juvenile tournament. A national and a juvenile tournament. A regional. into grassroots football is so important on the agenda of this federation.
Apart from
committees president, apart from the president of the FA, committees or chair, I think 2 or maximum 2 and not 3. One of them is the National Juvenile Committee and a president in Nakasa, chair. Because of the importance of juvenile football to this ESCO.
It is a player sales.
Now to play under 16. Ghana committee in the under 20. Because under 17, who the player no tournament this or better fee. What is guarantee say player who have 1 year, the next year or the same for no bit may develop it. If your boy and liberty for Tony. Last year, or Wafa, you team Crano, much of boy saying, only be more.
For last year,
but you
20
see,
minutes of
you see what 1 year can do in football, then this year he's going to Granada. I'm saying, say, you 16 years. What's the guarantee 17 years? So
fun in terms of
under 20 years, under 20, or what cup you say? No, yeah,
that's why I write so fun in terms of fun in terms of so much. Maybe a dreams one in a car, and they say, yeah. Sunday big can, right? Sunday big can.
Some person co address men say after COVID-19, say fund be a ma. Source of funding for grassroots football will come from where? I gave one suggestion the last time I did.
Okay. So what the suggestion bar?
Me say, your town player 10% buy if you go.
Yeah.
Now I'm 10%, I'm 5% of my gaka.
Yeah.
In my honest, me 5% must go to the RFE solely for grassroots football.
Okay, a good way. We'll discuss it if it's feasible. Now you will say, but Gaka soon some funds to run the activities of the clubs because player now will turn on is from a member of GACA and I will turn on. If they benefit something small to also run the activities of GACA, okay, and money. I get what I'm trying to say. But because we thought the juvenile football is so important, why we are a creative fund or GFA, I can be a percentage of call, and part of this is going to run into juvenile football.
Okay.
So what here?
Well, my idea, but I think so.
Yeah, my credit card.
Oh, no, my idea is a bomber basso. No, my idea. I said, Macron Ghana in the my idea. I said, we mistake. And I was idea to and me, and they say, no matter how you do, I had immediately say, if I was a kid, looking at a Muniana and the defenders.
Maybe I'm not now, maybe straightforward. Maybe fast, let me see.
I mean, said that they in
What years is agricultural?
I saw the minimum that
I this car come and see, I'll be James from a call. Mechanic,
I'm barring.
Oh, the adjective, maybe I've heard 10 years. The Abaniswa. Sabaka, Obako. Yes, I put minimum. Right.
Minimum. What got the minimum?
What you are capable of.
So I have a boss from said, I'm going to you.
I know more Kakaraka. I'm also Thomas Kakaka. What is Kakaka Obako? Come minimum. Never start here, right? Some minimum.
Carcassonne on but
Black Stars, Black Star players.
It's good, sir.
COVID-19, you be. And no sad your man Bacono Samuel who should do the buy. PPEs no. Yeah, who be a fight.
Oh, much. Sebi. No clubs. The
secretariat one.
The normal Saba is not only meant for maybe clubs, and I would say it's for Ghanaians. The bar, the bar defense, Chama Ghana for on our behalf. So this thing. Once or
so you share it to your members, not Ghanaians. You guys are hold on. Hey, Obi, respect. Obi,
first of all, clubs no, Ubia Bricky. Now just stop football. To be our unifie.
Yes.
Into the comma we say club no, not or the heading.
Oh, so bet me chairman the players. So the break otokwa. O ma Felixana box back. No ama JF hand sanitizer kakra.
Na what is that question now? TNA. I'm saying for my Ghanaians. So some of them, in fact, Tema, Accra, a himfa, Sebu, hand sanitizer, then I will be.
I'm going to say with the members. Yes, to the members.
No, who decided, say it must be this. Yes. But sometimes, no more if you are instructions come.
Okay.
If you may charity to you.
Okay.
Every year, players no more charity to you.
Okay.
To this year, COVID by until you decided say. ombe channel sa charity no into buying way for the masses tom de bro se fa koma enkrofo a untim ka so okay de abanam se oje fintu de kwa koma certain club what I say we said na wo fa because the movie said no news and the blacks are one side contribution akoto face mask baby and
so we
distribute I think some will go to members as well.
Absolutely some that's why come the members now can be
well Fred my idea but another suggestion from Penny Bako say unze Christian someone talk about grassroots percentages say ebi ever say or some clubs or multi player or many members of Galka what I say be a obo ha ye sa juvenile if we so much that division 2 near if no it come sa no so mun hwe na ka mun jibi na mun percent am de bema fund na wo ka no and no so I
think it's good idea because you see me come imagine
more empower PFAG so say omo so be a percentage bigger kra no so be a player contract be omo sign locally close omo so say be omo so be do level be omo so be build the capacity of former players to be coaches. Sponsor be
no, good ideas. Good ideas from you and from Christian and anything offering. These are good ideas. Most times, no, in I say wako parliament in this man. Sometimes, no, a paper and a normal for the babano now debating now when you're winning now. Do you get it? Tebianka, for instance, PFAG for this proposal about say no. If he says some of my percentage of this, no, my team support here, probably would have discussed that. But I'm saying say a good idea, and then I would next time a committee do. Adam, I'll raise these things. Yeah, discussing with say feasible.
But take a second look at your communications. It looks like you need to beef it up. Henry is doing a good job. He's doing good.
I'm saying,
but what I'm saying is that it would be better to have, let's say, you.
Me.
Yes. Let's say you.
So as a policy, we've deviated or
you have
diverted from our area now. Now, ESCO member, SIUC, because we are with the FAB paying to sell every time now with Majuma be you, and then Metia, some year more Kesben, Sedabaya, Bosumuswa, or Rock because Bitramica. But I'm sitting here, I'm no Casa. Some Korea Cassia Timmy paying young Famamia. How do you then compensate for that? Anything I have found beer, you turn a cabo sumi send the Jumani into a dow Yanu or Numuso crowd, me say, Nejumania, Sebi oye. But every now and then, Yabaso. Do you know before any confirmation for interview? We know the booking.
But
the last the booking from Enra, he had to call me like 3 times because I had to speak to the president and people say. Okay. You be jam communicate by me. And for me to agree to come to the lab program, I have to let them know. Now, I say a meeting say, Obianka said, then and radio so Kasa. Do you get it? The right thing must be done the right way. And I have to speak to FA for say, today, me call granting interview. Of course, I will not be stopped. Are you getting it? But obviously, a good say, because they might be followed from this interview, and it must be addressed by the federation. They must be aware.
Frederick Champo.
Yes, by Kankamboard.
Yes. Kankamboard. Okay, Vedasi, thanks so much for your time.
December. No, I had Juma, we are 20 years. Casa 20 years. December, we you. Near Casa 20 years. Sebi you Kasani did in Casa.
I did.
We talked to N11.
I did. See much. I did.
What's the one you're saying?
Me 20 na. We first July na 20.
So is your break.
Ya break.
Now kwa from there
that are near from free.
Now Wanga Junction.
Near Wanga Junction. You go Pancoro Estate.
Nipa break.
Start with the photo from Gwaka Mudi. And that's it. We go catch sometimes. Me say sometimes I was a veteran in sport journalism. So we started veteran. No, retired. Now you can come was also veteran.
Now veteran. You veteran.
Kaka
Hey, no, I do not for 20 years. Only a legend. Now, you're a veteran. 2 decades in Adkumao.
Also, because you're very united.
Who does some you? Who don't you?
Okay, Fred, that's about that's
sanity.
Sorry, go me. I don't know Frederick Champo and train come
in that for us. I say, and pay my between my son with the space of my mommy and especially the football community. No, at least Mickey Charles called me and say he's been listening. Now, on Jai Masuchunya, my own Masuchuna, you move on.
Enemies
no. Wait a minute, Mickey Charles as a
general, you know, say Palma.
Okay, so
me say Palma Kasa, na come ya be responded. Say Mickey Charles Kasa, not teach you here abe responding. You know, there's this.
No, but these are football people.
Absolutely, but
for instance,
visible gap.
For instance, Mr. Sepa Makasa. Let's say abe come or anybody also so idea opinion about it. Who is on to Mikasa? That's also a member to Mikasa. I don't know to Mikasa. But if he says, if I become or somebody says, it doesn't represent the official position of the GFA.
That's what I'm saying.
I become a position. There's opinion. There's nothing wrong with
I know that's a it will be good for the association to not to be having those things.
I'm saying, sir, how do you control this TO? Ebi Mr. Osekoku.
Obusa, how do you control it?
Mibo, Mr. Osekoku, Abekansem. Abekansem because he feels that is his opinion. Your opinion is saying, or a club owner into a member of the association, a club member. Then Techiahin or maybe what do you call it, Abekomi, so feels on also a stakeholder in football. And also opinion as to what Mr. Sepama is here. You are saying, sir, can I stop him?
No, I'm not saying stop him.
But the good thing is that when Mr. Sepama Kasebia, the GFA as a body will not respond to say the Mokano. You better respond to cry, you make sure say appropriate because he's a member of the association. So answers must be provided. Now, so about Busami or Kacho say there's no Bibia to say expenditure on national teams. Smart Charles say he sat as chairman of finance committee. The budget of the audited account of GFA have had lines as expenditure on national teams. How do we explain that? So I can you wait me I can say some
Jeffrey abai ho. Some to petrol gubas. Na to petrol gubas mo. No
I'm saying any capture the miscellaneous. But those have you say anybody be a boot for boot you say obi obi am be face you.
No so those have say stakeholder in football.
But let's go member
of the way obi handle that. Me I cannot say that. I mean that way. Obi ani say but he has his right as a member of the association because we're director of Brekum Chelsea, isn't it? Yeah. If another person can be no fees, especially no said all can enter sa. I responded and I express opinion and maybe try and put out the facts. Because if you are not can onim the ekoso. Do you get it?
Well, and Frederick Champion I did initially now they sign the commerce might be but this is the discussion and I'm sure the explanations are all the man. What church in some said yet me sure say ebi awa wuti ebi ana way you know said you watch them the position of the FA but ebi also fine once adwen kire and bi be ahoma no obi abem but Mickey Charles your sister on the ojidi say krata na FA ndia ba no of dubious validity. Okay.
So Yuki. Into Benya Brofu.
So one unya no na dey more kondi. Am say me I say me am direm na mtisi azim you know there.
To be do ya na nya.
Unya betre. Okay. Say that you remember from say say
we now that am so farmer. Come say you care but me hu ani da.
Boys no ye inti.
Justice.
Okay, well Betway say country obi say. So wo na unya to be send o link bi on WhatsApp and Twitter and Facebook. No ka say na link abit the twa bet on Betway. Mr. Menko click away because nipa bi na asheda ayoma so mu wian krofo Betway say country obi say omo official handles na eno an so obeko www.betway.com.gh oko betia download omo app no so na de twa bet nyina Betway yenim say unya 18 a untimi entwa bet no enso ebi well the live commentary of the Premier League Nyamiad match now. But let's not forget our Alliance Life Insurance. Touch it and this our comment, and so Bremo Total Petroleum, see and country be as a Total Troxy Club, no. Amanfo so joining into Total Filling Station behind the many and oh yeah, commercial vehicle driver. So chi Uber, so chi Trotto, chi taxi, uchi boat, uchi taxify. The uchi be a also be so register for the Total card. Unim say every month you have over 300 drivers free fuel. It is joining Total Club now and so ebi. Okay. B5 Plus Limited. Unim said the largest iron and steel manufacturers, any traders in Ghana. Oma ye adwuma for over 20 years. They say oma trauma tabe mama say Kumasi any mia bibiri oma kopi ho. Sell per iron rods, bars, wire rods, nail wires, Nadwana Gasa, open air roofing sheets, pipes, tubes, fittings, any steel balls. And one say, me the number be to your friend, and yes, answer betro baby. Obeko. Na the Tiana say, Odu any trim, pont barrier, a flower road, also Kingdom Transport, another Cantamanto, Kaswa, Ana Abubulushia. Okowa obohu B5 Plus Limited. Now your original offices no so ba Kumasi Aswame Afrancho magazine onso mo ho Sanso and Atakrade so your Airport Ridge Lagos town opposite Mount Oliver Church and Tamalin so your Silver Rose Guest House station on Canville Boga Road and Abu number no 0244 331635 0244 okay share some no kind of testament. Happy birthday to Mimi of Mimi Society Pop Asafo Mimi that is so about we free do say well and coach remember coach so because I'm saying Coach Ignatius Fosu Awaha ono and a Techima 11 Wonders head coach coach I'm a crab baby. Well, and I'm saying, for time in here,
I'm a wonderful friend, pal.
Oh, okay.
Surface, Nana more a honor, Ombejo Musica.
First now,
I'm bank bill, un's a bank bill.
Okay. Oh, okay.
I'm a customer service person now with my bro.
And more than the coach.
I'm one, I'm no crime and family coach street, and more than the coach radio crowns. And I just say, Jamo boys, I was one day, boys, veteran, I can't say,
seriously. And then today, I have a problem with a lot of the programs on the TV, on the radio. So, you say, oh, come on, now they are motivating go for. Come on, focus despite for this support. So, music and you be near. We are saying my boys are going to Sakawane, who I could be Nino. Also, young guy, beer. Oh, or you normal, or you okay? Oh, no one children will be tried. I'll be tried the cow some tray. No, I trim brow, study, brow, burning now, baby, or any living. No, son, also, and it's a house. I don't know the motivating man. Now, come despite no fruits upon music and yeah. Hey. As I meant to be able to do any bedroom. As on Boko Benizes, yeah. Oh, it's your saying, Gakasabia coach, say no account some, say, we away, maybe I'll say, I feel yourself sufficient, like you know, wow, to be sure, oh, true, and no, son, you're demotivating. I can see for and Bill Gates made any.
Oh,
I never be having them here. You get the game.
Actually, a wonderful personality. Since I'm honing, he has been wonderful. Ni argument.
Actually, there's a one persons or a lot of friends or a friendly or a lot of friends in the system. Wow.
And Unimkasa, so no one can 20 years I'm Makasa for a living. You talk for a living, the Unimkasa. But Chamo, one thing that differentiates Achi with others is that. Or accepted things. So Timka say, we dear, me fee say, Yanini. Chamo Asamba, Comna Bisano, technical director, so come now Bisano. Also, the COVID-19 has even been a blessing in disguise because football knew in Tinka, a friend is saying, yes, if a technical director, Koba Bejiska Bra on ye, Ajuma. Clearly, a fein at Chamo. Martin Yenti you take and free one as statement to actually a man.
Why in fair?
It is not. I'm not saying it is the official point of the FA. ABA a chino ne personal, but clearly from Nakunya North National. There was a thoughtful decision. Say I was a technical director we needed a coffee any employer for fun. This statement tells me why I'm only inferring. Say I'm a mate nientia. Omuma technical director no ekofia after 4 to 5 months omunya nyi.
Yeah, we only so no we no come back be for but ebia because of COVID-19.
Onim say chamu senki any general secretary and by this time mu general secretary. With or without COVID, nkoma general secretary.
General secretary.
We also the speed of light see. We also
run it.
Anytime person me catch on. Nanka say ye nyansa poni bibia nanka mama jare some documents bi obi project actual.
Yami aduma next week.
FIFA forward money.
Man kwa ne tiasia.
Senkado Ubehu FIFA forward money.
Okay, because
criteria FIFA forward money. There are two positions. Who's the FIFA for Sikana Yeka 500,000, 1 million, and then
FIFA forward launched a new era of global football development.
You know, say I got the next one. Wait for it to Ubehu no maybe. Okwa FIFA has some 10 points beer or they require for your friend saying what do you call it? To grant FIFA forward money. And I'm telling you, the first 2 points on any ABR for FIFA money are the General Secretary and the Technical Director. FIFA document bia or bia the General Secretary and the Technical Director. So Technical Director and now the handbook or the momona or see they complement each other's work hand in hand. It means that the only two important persons in the association for FIFA are General Secretary and the Technical Director. And that's why I'm telling you, say, if you look clearly, if you look, but what you say involving at least 10 youth teams, these are some criteria also before you are granted FIFA COVID money. But when the next week
FIFA forward, was it forward, right?
FIFA forward.
Okay.
They have a special document. Infantino wrote a letter on it concerning the FIFA money, how they are supposed to disburse it. So 500,000. National football team. National league. Women's league. Ni na kika boma e bia 50,000. But in some of his documents, say two of the General Secretary and Technical Director e bia 50,000. But sa tu ni hwa obetima ye National League. Obetima ye friend saying fulfill all the other 8. If these two back you will not get the money. And that's why I'm saying, say, I now understand why. Because clearly, the work of the Technical Director is not highly understood, even by the members of the association. The work of the Technical Director is not understood by members of the association. Or something bibi, make sure to say, you could 35% now. You see, your revenue, and I'm a boy, and Drew. And revenue 1 billion, 35,000. See, in this forward something, FIFA has said that again. Our baby say, member associations are more revenue, and drew $4 million. Does not exceed $4 million. Have another $1 million, extra $1 million aside the forward money. Now, the member association say extra $1 million. For member associations, omu and the first part one day, omu drew $4 million. And say, assuming without admitting, say, ye ain't minji loan. But FIFA is giving us another extra, a hona kwabna, ubisa equipment or say, it doesn't work that way. I'm telling you, they specify it. $1 million for, what do you call it? For traveling cost and equipment. FIFA gives it. Infantino's letter. Infantino actually be among the somethings. Let me find it clearly and read it for you, Chamu.
And a contribution of up to 1 million per year.
Exactly.
For each member association for running costs based on incentives that encourage best practice.
Thank you.
A contribution of up to 2 million for the whole 2019 to 2022 cycle for each member association for specific football projects, such as new facilities and women's and youth football, based on the contract of agreed objectives.
Wonderful. For youth football. Now on the FIFA, Division 1 and Division 2 youth football. If people don't know, Division 1 and Division 2 are not professional. And just here to say Arsenal no man, any man you know, youth players no call a championship because for them they are youth football. It is open footballs. I'm a Division 1 club, sir. The GFA can just go into this money and get it. A extra what money? We're probably a part of the COVID something. And when you go down there, you will see a one kind of clearly say an additional of 1 million for a year or more a year. But Chamu, and that's why I'm telling that you need this document, Chamu. This document is with who? It's with the General Secretary and the Technical Director.
Well, when you said the okay, Nyame Aduma, next week, you know,
yeah, Chamo,
we'll look into it. Yes,
something I want to look at it.
Definitely.
FIFA forward
definitely.
Money.
Me know you're doing, but virtually, I mean, with a explanation there, you know, but say living at that near Jaima for so bem, no so better margin. But you go for a quick break. This a minute, 1 minute 45 seconds.
Masam Katrabi, Michelle has of folk Jesse. Anna, a brand to be sending me picture. Sana me Jesse here, Shemi, or the Akosha Kramai. And we try their Bremy, and they will Facebook Live. Kramai, she has of folk Jesse. And you're respectful. To be very frank, we would house of folk, Umbro Jesse way, now the Kosha Kramaya. Nipano, they have to call him to order.
We say, Buchu, Ghana.
Ghana.
Matthias, but background.
Background there, Chama.
What's happening FIFA? You.
FIFA change. The FIFA got nothing. FIFA no help.
God, the share check. House of folk Jesse, nice Jesse say, oh, the share Kramaya.
Oh no. I know I think so. Sorry. Okay, a quick break. You're about here for Yaba Monsumoso. Now, match margin said 03220. 835-8124 and 0552179420. No friend watch watching afa and Samaudra Yade Atujano Enyao. Aha in Shah 104.5. Also live on a Sampa 94.7 FM. You are special.
The much anticipated Love FM Kidu Quiz is set to roll from Saturday 4th July to Saturday 1st August 2020 from 12:30 p.m. every Saturday on your superstation Love 99.5 FM. 16 smart and bubbly kids have been drawn from the pool of many kids and are ready to dazzle listeners in a fierce radio contest for supremacy. It will be 5 weeks of fun and opportunity to learn, educate, play, and have absolute fun. The Kidu Quiz will be 3 rounds of interesting learning areas, including spelling bee, general knowledge, word plays, and many others.
Aerobics. AEROBICS. Aerobics.
Remember, the time is 12:30 sharp. Get glued with your kids to enjoy the moment as we all learn and have fun during this COVID-19 season. It will be live on air and on Facebook at Love 99.5 FM. The Love FM Kiddie Quiz, another venue for kids to learn and have fun.
All safety protocols for COVID-19 are highly observed to ensure safety of all kids.
The Kiddie Quiz is brought to you in partnership with Verna Active, Alpha and Omega Publications, and sponsored by the much anticipated Love FM Kidu Quiz is set to roll from Saturday 4th July to Saturday 1st August 2020 from 12:30 p.m. every Saturday on your superstation Love 99.5 FM. 16 smart and bubbly kids have been drawn from the pool of many kids and are ready to dazzle listeners in a fierce radio contest for supremacy. It will be 5 weeks of fun.
94.7 FM. Michael Ababy o name Ababy be that's who messages. Ababy say some the front from Kahwa how many for the Ghana is the 21 econo. We go for the from 99 there about Nipa bro. Yejine mo nyame adom ene odi kwekwe mu a ede adu baby adri 032208358124 ofre no ache wadwe na 0552179420 na wache wadwe hello
Ibrahim Tanku birthday.
I see. And Anya's birthday.
Anya's birthday.
Oh, okay. Ibrahim, Coach Ibrahim Tanku.
Yeah.
Attention on Missy show with
absolutely.
Coach Ibrahim Tanku, happy birthday to you.
You
united and catch it. Okay. But at the money and you are condition specialist GC Apuna say Ben, it you.
I see. Sabos wa America man was who feel that crowd trend and to pursue with you then Sakasian command. I see my boy you.
Okay.
I see he's feeling the bruiser. They were just no. I'm a near Japan, Uncle no boy masa.
All right, Medasipi Amoni. Hello.
Right.
Pato.
Boss, heavy.
Also a tough part. Pato, online na ako. Many more. Hello.
Sagam.
Yes, sir.
Patrol and do service ashta.
Now, who online don't say?
Me phone so no 10, but I say pressure to doom 4. In the sense in a year you must see.
Who use phones Magumako 6?
I can am 4.
Hey!
We got the pressure and I
okay, what is it?
COVID not say baby out. This sponsors Ramba. Sponsors Nensha Damba. Jizimi 6 by 4 go. It was Mr. Michael Ankoma, Kofi Boga, any old town on Sweden or Australia Bush about to Tiopa Mr. Samoa can come and then you show no. Other you know for 10 minutes. But maybe I'll bet tonight and after about 10 minutes. Mamaka is in teach more diabano. Yasum. But most of the man no. Almost all fan count because Ghana football can come. Yena Penencoso because the minute media Juma not care do Jenna Juma, but the money Jenna Juma and Nigeria Jenna Juma to me heart a chi and be a cocker boa. It tells you say you're Busiao. It tells you pay a football and then can't call any name of I'm a football and a Penezebia. Send be a legacy a bow BH. Yamakoya. I don't think that questions are no be cruel to put no be able to put almost find you man and Macancam top for no. United anything. Let's say now go for an about draw. Now it's not about what they ever.
Now go for about draw.
Oh, that Wolves for no governor. Obelusina about draw. United in Leicester. Next, that's I inquire.
Nasa Omulusu na Wolves near Bodra. Okay.
United
United Leicester Bodra. United Boko 64. Leicester Boko 63. Leicester or better goals aggregate than Chelsea. To say Chelsea lose means that Chelsea will be out of the top four.
Oh, you just
now United over there.
Yeah, then Uncle you be almost any take away. You come out draw, I'm calling you 5, So it's a chat. I have a chat. Why?
Okay. Another buddy. Hello.
Apparently, on my young friend, I can come forward way.
Nigeria, with you.
What you supporters, you know, and my class for comes from which I mean, I put my money casa. In terms of finance of Joe, the Lion Church, Uba Kuka on Fort Medina. Now, my boss service is so help. Only could be just back with you soon. Far away from boss. Me put them in the Upetima, Sabin Puntu, Yuma Yadmo, and as a COVID by ya. Maybe in 24 years, Juma, a class book. There's also been a can make us a studio on what I've because you know, Musibi, you want to see a team. No, I have Connor at the nearby and the page. On that, when you put with afraid that you're the catcher. You must say, we are a supporter. Well, come on to be a better boss. Yeah, can you join to Mr. Kankafa by so many more here? If you more here, Makotoko team, almost Africa, my Satka, who has here. Because last year, Kankaya can kind of play. I don't remember so among country supporters today. Maybe after 10 years back, no. And maybe a bit me of Africa because these are because players here.
That's a Nigeria. As someone can say, Makoto Africa.
And here they cannot flag it, but one other guy
flagging of the ball. Koto Africa, Mra, Omujidi is Omukom Bitimiaji.
Ah,
na second be oba be bobia eba at a point to fuzo Bitimiaji. And ka ha to vote Mra Moji Africa, nka one number Shandiaji.
Oh, Mr. Kanka, which you know, me baso say I go to Piaro.
There be me go to Piaro, but me bisa ko say ye nyina ye sua de radio so ne wo because oh yeah hard to vote fan. Hard to vote boy o sha ayi Jandiak ne wa mo sha omo. Se Jandiak for no omo trans no mzo ye kura no. Ye nko ye twen time ayi fuzi agi ye ne be kwa. Ka mo ne ho an bebo.
Mr. Kanka me too.
Because teams South Africa nyina ba ko pe ne be Africa no one. Only one team.
Because that time I quite give you. Mr. Oh, yeah, where we should take players at your McCoy. Your bank is not the same. Players among best living.
But some about 3 years and Zana Mugojuana.
Oh, no, last year they get back and come. Come and get no money from her. Definitely. If you come on to me, I'm mobile. I'm mobile. They can't play there. 10 years back, no team, no more 10 years, almost on the Ghana flag neighborhood here. And in Guasiana also, on Vaco flag, you know, and Famakunkobo.
Okay, thank you so much, Origin Nigeria. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Good morning.
Good morning.
About you, Papa Mobilini, and Science State.
Yeah, about to eat you.
Oh, and a party of Bujuma. You were in Science State, a beam Kuva and 80.
Okay, Medasipi. All right, thank you so much. Andy, Betwa calls. So, hello. It says us pipe water. I put one about no Dijuma.
Papa, and Papa. Nana, as common point, Nana, and the Brazil Chapa. Mamma saying, this is what you would perform to Bama Banano. Papa, now, everyone was at the
kotoko ye ko Africa and to some because of Chokoma when the bar was so good when the waiting papa management when the papa and the kotoko and the papa so because of the new football men so tie ni mo and it anytime you to your question so because of and mo say mo one match sa papa na mission kana ko ye ko ye bibi ye na Africa ama from aba ama ha sa be nyam ya nani ya etemi pa choko kwa one e ko bi ko team no the biggest team team ya kwa ani je home ya sada frank ya left flag na ama ho bi na ya je mesre ye to tele na nem kon kam da se.
All right, yes, yeah, I say hello, good morning. Hello.
Hi.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, Bright.
Yes, sir. Me bacho when you.
Bebe to near Bright.
Bebe to me and you.
Bright me bacho has ni no fresh say kotokunya Africa no kono. Ono has je ayi league wa Ghana ha no. Emfie se ni. Ne free so amunyi bi no omaja abana. There are some things that nipa bi kekaya amenti ase. Eye competition. Ti say de o ka kire no na wu school no. Sengo ye din wo tie wa. Has ntimi ni trophy bia, but every trophy bia they want to compete. Eno na free hene. Ana interrogations amode ma yenua fedachi no. Do no mebo chechire but eno de explanation sake. Some of us we don't agree with him, but yenya no emi sebisa ni sembebre because sembo okra mu bisa na because of the time na no rush ni no dey aye excuse madam asi.
Right. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Andy.
Yes, sir. Me bacho when you.
We dey tuga. Me do you remind you.
Tuga into you.
Andy Nyankopon wo twa no abeja funya. Wo boduma papa Israeli. E het you na nyame ni no kwen. Danka dey sports presenters for the World Cup. Nyati o tenke Ghana for be kobi. Ko nka mo squad anu odin farm. Yes, matters and because of supporters. Original Nigeria money we mo nsem bi o ha. Nyempa nkansen because ono oba na wan kan bi sa. Ya na akwa bi o ho. Nti Islam panifo yes from supporters me hu te bi so astate. Na CEO na CEO mu nya abusre. Ya pepre ya hu kofa CEO bebreba. Ya na ayem wura e boka papa. Ko he 88 billion na Dr. Chedi say ya. Ya sa CEO ni mani. Ye nya abusre mo. O be CEO ama nyame nkan.
Nyame nkan so hello good morning. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, madam.
Good morning.
Morning, into you.
But I'm doing the Evelyn. But I'm looking for India.
Okay, Evelyn, me into you.
But I'm asking. And let's say, me house name. House of Faith, we are not against it for the South Africa. But over 2 seasons here came recently. The Makotoko for Africa on 13 days just because now at that time we went to Nimbo in that ship. And you know, Uganda, how you Kotoko performance. Kotoko, yeah, Komuko Africa, Nayana, if you look at the Kotoko or my medium. The Kotoko or my medium. I was now here to break in here because we did something about league. The qualifier league. And of course, you never could have strength. Even recently, league I a boy, could have started or being was a more than very good. I think so. Muhammad say mood for the t-shirt trade. And people for the classic, and I think that they need to prepare well. And then me, I say for the back, not performance there for the better say. On the word to say. We have go league, we have the performance, no my recruitment, Papa. The most you pass a lie, we are there, no more to
okay, thanks for your contribution. Hello, good morning. Yes, sir.
Adawoma, your family junior Baumia, Manso, and Trokum de Shekonfa, medicine on a boleno. It's a Mabakum, it may so what did be another King Adawoma.
Uncle.
The American Nana said, it say, my Africa. But me person me chair almost say Ghana League, you know. I have to focus on Kophobia Cambo, good anymore. If you been here, no first, like I two, first shot, and then yes, I'm number 2. And the 2 no say I am console. There's yes, my Asabaka Wadu. A baby, no, I just cry. Gentlemen, Ghana team be a man participating. You must say Ghana for say. Because of any idea when you're never Ghana, we African acquire
Joe, I'm quite but yet Ghana Dino. Ghana, they be at the Cobblasta, a co work up, the cap on the back. And some be as a prince echo. And you almost who is the morning boom, Mr. Quarters. Yet, support my penning for almost a quiet back. Very better to be as a bit matter, and they are African now. We are the original Nigeria, we are one out to me call Africa because I say, oh, more homodia. Yeah, but what a boy would ever call near copy name. But I say,
right, Mr. Medas, my main father, the final one. Oh, main father, the final one now. I met us also into me. So, hello, final caller. Yes, sir.
I'm ready to
yeah, Joseph.
And you're baking.
I be into you.
And the Amuyan, move by the Ghana food ready.
Yes, yeah, that's a pan coupon and can't own so hope until her and I had bibia and so bit me na yada ubibias Nyami Adma, a year or China Ubeshia or commentary position or China EPL, Yeri Bibia air battery to say it is start here any morning. Yami Admochana, Obertim and Calbert be white in car, Quasi Fine, and I was in Yeri Bibia so at media bra, yeah, completely a year EPL now who prefer the new season and so bit me started per data and penny for and sweet me the Bentian fence Nyami Adma, a year or China Kono, Yeri. Akabia and so ebetimi atwa so na oti Mr Bright can come bodu tin kasanso na Christian do say kwabena obi free ubi try so tin nkana fe oti eye coach Ignatius Efusu enkana yem fancy me dey Andrew so Jacob and afi Bright ebo atela munyina enso eboa dwumadi no me yekwe na memfa nchia emfa emma eye akwasi oye accountant de ma chairman AG akwasi eye accountant de ma chairman AG e wotakwa oye staunch Manchester United supporter nyame admo kyerem nisa kwempia so obe hope say United ebetimi qualify into the top 4 Sanso and Yaobi of YB Lotto Agency unso monitor show ne pafi Prince and Kamakisi accountant or Confanoche Pharmacy Department munyina eta jumedi some tuga ayamana munyina no monitor show Mr Eric Wilberforce and afin penifo amuji jumedi na tuma munyina mutiebe no yeda obibias ye ko abenwa ha news no eba awuku danchembo ene ofuri amanfo bi de share Saturdays omo quality me come adwene already so on Saturdays into no Mr.
But and you hoye
nyame adome hoye pa
me pa chade na obeso yifiru ase na opentem
sama wie ya pon me time so 12 to my phone.
The much anticipated Love FM Kidu Quiz is set to roll from Saturday 4th July to Saturday 1st August 2020 from 12:30 p.m. every Saturday on your superstation Love 99.5 FM. 16 smart and bubbly kids have been drawn from the pool of many kids and are ready to dazzle listeners in a fierce radio contest for supremacy. It will be 5 weeks of fun and opportunity to learn, educate, play, and have absolute fun. The Kidu Quiz will be 3 rounds of interesting learning areas, including spelling bee, general knowledge, word plays, and many others.
Aerobics, AEROBICS, aerobic class.
Remember, the time is 12:30 sharp. Get glued with your kids to enjoy the moment as we all learn and have fun during this COVID-19 season. It will be live on air and on Facebook at Love 99.5 FM. The Love FM Kiddie Quiz, another venue for kids to learn and have fun.
All safety protocols for COVID-19 are highly observed to ensure safety of all kids.
The Kiddie Quiz is brought to you in partnership with Vena Active, Alpha and Omega Publications, and sponsored by